stream. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. It is Friday. It's Friday. How the hell is it the weekend? I've got no idea. When did this come around? Hello everyone. How are we doing? Hope we're all doing good. I'm excited to dive into some StarCraft 2 with you today, as we might expect. It's the WardiTV October groups. You might expect that because we've been talking about it, and sometimes it's in the title and people read stuff like that. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're going to be doing the WardiTV Group A. This group had a little bit of movement in it. Originally it had Ryung, but Ryung had to drop out, so it's going to be Rex replacing him. He was a last-minute replacement, so shout out to Rex for stepping up for us, helping us out, as we're going to get some videos done here for Hero versus Nightmare to open the day. Then it's going to be Rex versus Nightmare, Nightmare versus Gumiho, Gumiho versus Hero, Hero versus Rex, and Gumiho versus Rex to wrap us up. It's all 1x1, so they're all live matches. 6 best of 3s is going to be the plan as we move on through, and that's going to be what we get going. Awesome. Awesome, 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 as they do say. Alright, how are we doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining us. As we're going to be getting ready to jump on into some StarCraft 2 in very, very shortly. I'm just trying to warm up, honestly. I'm freaking cold today. We've got the heating on and everything. I'm just like, if you see me leaning over here, I'm literally got my hand on the radio. I'm like, please warm me. I don't know why, I'm just like, I'm cold. I'm actually going to scoot over here and put more of my arm on the radiator. You guys can just enjoy the background. God, I'm literally just cold. It's a cold kind of day. Cold kind of day. We're waiting for videos. Hero has started the video process, but just waiting for Nightmare to return the video process. And we are underway. Perfect. Nightmare has responded. Nightmare is taking part. And away we go. Wow. Perfect. Tidal Citadel, Pylon, Torches. Wonder if Nightmare is looking to take out all of the newer maps. May not be a terrible idea. If you're not sure about them, White Rabbit as well. He's going to leave 10,000 feet in there. Does Hero leave it in there? No, he picks it instantly. Hero's like, let's go, let's do this. Perfect. We'll get that hosted up, guys. 10,000 feet to start off our series. We'll get this underway, and we will start off another day of StarCraft 2 action here on the channel. It's a shorter stream today, guys. Obviously, I say shorter. It's still 6 best of 3s. That can be lengthy, but it can also be quicker. So that's all that's coming up today. It's just these 6 best of 3s. Tomorrow we're going to have 6 best of 3s followed up by some OSC mid-season playoffs. So tomorrow will be a longer stream. Today is a shorter stream. Having a chiller day today for sure. As I got players readying up. I'm just double checking if I've got all the casters. I'm not sure who's actually showed up to cast today, but I think I've got everyone in all of the chat channels. So I think we're probably good to go. As we're going to hit off with Hero Nightmare for some PvP to start this day off, guys. So 10,000 feet will be our opening map. We are using 4 maps from the Team Liquid map contest. This is kind of what we're calling the WardiTV map pool right now. Like, it's not really. It's like, I mean, it's official. I guess it is officially the WardiTV map pool, but like, I don't know how official a thing that can really be. TLDR is just a map pool that we're using that combines a handful of the TLMC maps with ladder maps. Because we're only allowed to use so many TLMC maps for WardiTV Mondays, for example, because of the OSC ruling. So as such, we kind of have this kind of mixed map pool, which is what we're going to run with. As we have in the bottom right-hand side, the blue Protoss player here is going to be Nightmare. Taking on, in the top left, our red Protoss, it is Hero. Our opening game of the day will be on 10,000 feet. This will be the only newer map we see in this opening best of 3. Let's sit back and see what's going to happen, what's going to go down. Let's see what kind of a day we get here as we settle on into this. So excited to get rolling, excited to see what we've got coming up. There's going to be a gateway and an assimilator coming down immediately, so just getting started with that if nothing else. So getting the assimilator coming down, the probes on the way through, and we just have ourselves the couple moments here as we set up and get ready. Again, those couple of assimilators come through for the moment, and yeah, we'll have the gates continue to build up for a little while as well. So just a little bit of everything coming online for now. Going to be another gateway coming into place, a couple of probes coming through, and we do have our first probes moving out onto the map as well, so starting to move around for a little bit of info gathering over there, seeing what they might find, and see if there's anything sneaky that might happen as well, because we are in a world where one of these probes is in that top right-hand side, so Hero is the one that's moving around the edge of the map, while Nightmare comes across for a more regulated scout. It looks like Hero's going to stick that probe and keep it next to the pylon here. It's actually an interesting proxy location. Because of these rocks, you can't scout this location from the bottom up. You have to kind of come all the way around and down here to scout, which is quite a time investment, so it's kind of a smarter place to proxy. It's not one of the more easily found locations because of that. You do have to commit to walking right on over here, and maybe if you're proxy scouting with this probe in this main base and you run over here, then down here, sure, like it's not as far to run, but I think in general it's not a terrible idea to have your proxy there. It's probably one of the better places on the map. There's going to be a Stargate, a couple of depths. The other thing as well is if it does get scouted, that's also a much larger distance for you to walk to be able to go around and then deny it with any ground units, right? And any units that go all the way over there to try and deny it are going to get caught and cornered. So actually it's a really good proxy location because it's a very safe proxy location. So that's a very neat little way for this to open. Good idea. I think good identification of why Hero probably picks this map to do this on already. And it is going to be that Stargate finishing up in a moment, which gives us access to the Oracle that will be our opening few moments here. A couple of Adepts will fall back onto the ramp. The Stalker still building through. Here's Stalker and Oracle both on the way up. A couple of Stalkers coming up from Nightmare. Add on that Warp Gate. Bring that straight through. And the Twilight Council is building through Nightmare as well. So again, that Twilight Council producing the battery on the high ground from Hero to be a little bit safe. He's playing this block as well. He's like, oh no, please don't expand. Meanwhile, the Oracle is finishing and readying up to fly at the base. Yeah, this probe, might have actually glimpsed the Oracle there. He is rallied around in that exact direction, but it's going to be blocked by the rocks. So like I say, will not get that scout immediately. He does have units positioned well, and I think as that first Oracle flies in, we're not going to see too much from it. It's going to get turned around and pushed back immediately. So first Oracle pushed back, drops a Revelation. We do not build Oracle 2, so Hero just happy to have the single Oracle. Okay, it didn't do early damage, but he will just roll with this from here and see what can be done next. The couple Stalkers still hanging out the front of this natural. The Next is coming along nicely. Blink is building through with the probes in production. Just going to get forward there. The Stalker takes a couple of shots. And the Oracle's going to activate going in after those couple of Stalkers as well. Battery will begin to do some healing, keeping those Stalkers alive for a few more moments. And again, we have that Blink finishing up very soon here as the Robo Facility, Nexus, and Probe continue into play. Two Adepts shade their way through the natural, up into the main base. Just going to commit through there and try and see what else we can do. Stalker Sentry gathering about. The Nexus and Robo Facility coming online. Island is about to finish, and a couple Stalkers still hitting the Sentry for a few moments. They're going to get it as Guardian Shield activates, so Sentry just goes down. Nice target firing from Nightmare as Hero does get the Adept shade in. There's only one Adept. There's plenty of units in this main base, and we're defending at the front comfortably too. We're out of battery energy. We go 1-for-1 Stalker so far. We just need an extra unit down here to match the damage output. And we're going to be A-okay. Nightmare with, honestly, a very good defense. One Stalker fighting three guys. That does not add up. And that's a little bit of a wasted moment from Nightmare. But like I say, he actually has just so many units in the main. It's almost an over-defense in the main base. I think that's a bit of a better fight here now. A couple sentries coming down too. Would have been nice a few moments sooner. Get some force fields down. Stop these units retreating once you finally outnumber them. Could have been some nice little kind of notes to run alongside everything else. Anyway, we have the Immortal production continuing. It's going to be finishing soon, so Immortal's continuing by. Hallucination just going to go pinging for a couple of moments as well, so just going to put some damage out, put some work in for the moment. Stalker's coming across. Adept gonna get jumped on. Oracle going to be hanging out on that right-hand side. A couple of Adepts gathered together, going to go shading. And we just send them over to that far right side here on 10,000 feet. So, game will settle down. Obviously, Nightmare has that blink available to him now. Hero building up that Immortal count to be a much beefier army, although it will lack in mobility in comparison to those Stalkers. So, both have their advantages here. Both have their ways to be effective. We will see which one benefits more in the near future. Immortal Nexus Gateway coming online, couple of pylons coming through, the Prism still moving about, a few Stalkers heading over, the Stalkers getting underneath and hitting that hallucination. Now the Prism loads up and will make a journey out toward the upper left-hand side. Gonna go and join it with everything else here, the few Stalkers underneath, a couple sentries gathering together, they lose probes on the other side as the Oracle does get a little stasis ward off. And it is going to be the Adepts that are through here and really dealing the damage. 7, 8 workers going down. The numbers increasing heavily right now. Adepts going to pull back. A couple of those probes still taking some shots. So a few more probes continuing to go down. A couple of Adepts will attempt to shade through one more time. The Warp Prism coming up. The Nexus on the way. And we just have those couple of Adepts still working their way through. A couple of additional workers here as we see 12, 13 probes. All dropping at the moment. Going to make that 14 or so in the next few moments perhaps. Very nice damage done. That's amazing from Hero. 13 workers. You put your opponent down to a 30 worker count against your 46. Especially in a game where Nightmare was, threatening at the front. He's been looking strong. Honestly, he was looking good when he was playing defense against those Stalkers early. The initial Oracle did not do much at all, but letting the Adepts sneak through and finally finding so much damage is an extremely costly process. I mean, we've still got an army supply advantage here. It's a good force field, but actually, the Immortals there do live, and we do not finish off the Prism, so the Prism Micro is already active. Yeah, these two Immortals on the high ground, they actually are still firing for a lot of this fight as well. Finally, they don't, but initially they did, and so Nightmare loses a lot of units at first, and Hero actually takes an army supply lead. He's being halted simply by force fields right now. The force fields are the only true reason this third base might go down. Hero lost a bunch of probes with it, but Nightmare's still down 15 workers. That said, he has a third base, and so if he just survives here, there is a world where maybe you can say as Nightmare, you're back in this. Right, take a third base, rebuild your work account, and maybe we're playing. Yeah, I mean, you're able to take an advantage here so far. Obviously, the Oracle has been flying through, and he lost a couple of probes of his own, so Nightmare has not exactly had a perfect time back on the other side. But building 3 workers at once, he will end up catching up. And has he gone through this little bit of a tough moment of the game with a good play onto that third? Going to pop the Immortal Barriers here. Again, you've got to be careful what you decide to fight right now. 4 Mortals, now 5 actually in that army is rough. We do see the Prism into the main. A couple of Adepts looking for some damage too. Again, just get a few workers here and get out would be amazing. Even just a couple, you're putting the pressure on. There's not a great way to deny this Prism just yet. And so Hero will struggle to really get rid of Nightmare from his base. And that will be the main kind of point of action, or the main point of contention to take note of right now as the units of Hero slip back down to the low ground. Stalkers and Sentries rotate around into the natural, and Hero gets out-positioned here with the rotation. He tries to go around in front of his third base, and now he's in trouble. The Prism goes down. One Immortal inside the second was dropped off, and I love the force fields because they're going to lock the other Immortals away. Kill the Twilight Council, a major tech structure removed. We are going to be seeing workers going down the other side. I do not mind the recall. You've done a lot here already. Get home, defend against these Adepts, stop them from doing too much. Hero recalls in return. Hero's being forced. I mean, Hero might just be all in right now. We get even more probes with this Prism in the main base. What a game from Nightmare. He is playing his way to victory. Because he killed the Prism, a counterattack all in from Hero is way less powerful as well. It has way less power to it. You have to stop and wait to build up from that. Well, a couple of Adepts blocking each other. They're their own worst enemy right now, but from getting even more workers. Hero is a 25 probe Protoss, and it looks as though Nightmare might have this as long as he defends at home. He's still down on army supply, but this army has no Prism, no reinforcements, no glaives because we killed the Twilight Council off as well. It's missing so many parts of what would make this usually a very viable kind of opportunity. Force fields are great. A lot of the Immortals are not fighting during this, so the Adepts go down without their big, beefy support units hitting. And that's obviously an issue because we're just going to blink onto 4 Immortals here in a moment or two. There's no way we can't just jump on those and kill them off. 1, 2, 3... and then soon 4, then soon 5. GG. What a turnaround from Nightmare. What a great game played by him. And he is able to take this opening game of the series. What a fantastic play from Nightmare. It really felt like the first time he showed up and he dropped that force field on that ramp, I was like, yeah, but you're still fighting in range of the Immortals. The low ground Immortals are doing a lot. He blinked for the Prism and didn't kill it. And yeah, then Hero loses the third. I don't think losing the third base is so bad for Hero, because his army is very powerful, and there is absolutely a world where if he can just walk back to the other side of the map, he's fine, right? Like, if he can just get to the other side and cause a fight, he's great. But he comes down to do that from the main base, or from the third, and just then Nightmare rotates to the third, and that causes the Prism to die and another Immortal already. That's a lot of your power lost. So you lose that. On top of losing that, you end up very quickly after losing your, losing your Twilight Council, which takes away the Glaive's possibility of kind of powering up this attack too. And from there, it was a very uninspired attack. From there, it felt like a very hopeless scenario to play out from, as it is going to be Go-Go's and Ready's called from both Protoss players to get us straight to a Game 2. As we move to ley lines, a bit more of the standard map pool now, and more of the traditional maps. I'm liking 10,000 feet still, honestly. This map's still been a lot of fun. It's still giving us some cool games. I like a lot of the movement on it, man. It really does. The base layout keeps on, and really encouraging kind of the rotations. I love that little kind of rock block kind of proxy location Hero had as well. Was very cool. Map's just genuinely very, very cool. Has a lot of like cool little features to it. I like it a lot. It was one that stood out during the TLMC. And it's definitely grown on me as we see some games post TLMC era and into just community members picking maps to put in their tournament era. As we have in the bottom left-hand side, down a game, and it was such a good start for him as well. He killed off so many probes. He had Nightmare down 15 workers with not much hope at all, and I don't want to say he threw it, because I actually think it was more that Nightmare played very well. Like, yes, did Hero make mistakes? Absolutely. But did Nightmare do a good job of taking advantage of those mistakes and moving that Hero around to allow those mistakes to happen? Absolutely. So yeah, I don't want to call it a throw, but he did lose out on that advantage he had in that first game. It is going to be Hero in the bottom left, trying to bounce back on ley lines with Nightmare in the upper right side. Our blue Protoss player, as we get ready to go. He's from Streamer's Zone, of course. Hero from T1, SKT1 picking up Hero. It's a very exciting move. Not sure what it really means, but yeah, a Korean team picking up a Korean StarCraft 2 player. Like, that is not really a thing in StarCraft 2. We've not had Korean teams really have a presence in this game for a long time, so that's very exciting. Love it. What's up, Remedy? You have to say I'm doing the Lord's work day in and day out for SC2. Appreciate the kind words, but I'm just here doing what we love doing. Obviously, I appreciate you guys helping us to do it as well, tuning in, watching some games with me every day. It's always a pleasure, guys. It's always a pleasure. Until you start balance swapping, then it's not so much a pleasure. Then it's a little bit more painful on my side as well, but, we get through it. But yeah, no worries. Glad you're enjoying. And, yeah, it's too early to even sell out, so I'm not even going to take the kind words and sell out with them. I'm just going to take them and roll on into this game to the PvP. 6 best of 3s in total again. This is WardiTV October. $1,000 prize pool. Nothing major, just a smaller event. We had a little bit of a rough year on StarCraft here. I talked about this a couple of times, but we had a rough year where we haven't had as many subs and we haven't had as much ad revenue and stuff. So a couple of our events right now are a little bit scaled down to what I would have liked them to have been. And that will probably be true for the rest of the year. Now, the stream is picking up. You might have noticed the last few weeks has been pretty good on stream. So the stream is picking up. I needed to be consistent before I can, lift the tournament prize monies a little bit back up as well. So I'm going to be here grinding. You guys keep cheering up, and we'll get back to running some higher prize pool events as well. For November, we're looking at getting the Korean Royale on the way. The Season 4 of that. Probably just going to be a smaller, 2-week event. But still focused on that Korean server competition. And then we'll have the WardiTV Korean Royale. We'll probably run a WardiTV November toward the end of the the end of the month as well, before our WardiTV 2025 Championship kicks off in December. Lots going on, lots happening. I appreciate you all being here. Next, coming up on both sides, Warp Gates in production, the Sentry coming through. And we just take a few moments as a couple of Adepts from Hero will shade their way to the upper right-hand side. That's going to be a pylon block, and that's going to be the Adepts having to cancel. The Adepts here are going to try and work around and go after a couple of probes, and 2 more Adepts going to attempt to shade through into the natural expansion, in toward the main base right now, and try to see what else they can get done. Twilight Council on the way, Nexus building up on both sides, probes building, Stalker building, and going to see a mirrored build this time. Obviously, last game we had the Stargate into Immortal play from Hero, and this time we had Blink for Nightmare. This time, likely Blink versus Blink, unless one guy tries to play the cheeky Dark Templar. And they're both with an expansion too, so likely to see a little bit of a longer PvP. Maybe similar to what we saw last time. PvP obviously has these different tendencies, like You either see the one base kind of play, and it's a 5-minute game, where you get to 2 base versus 2 base, and one guy really kind of gets the advantage and wins. It's a 10-minute game. Like, PvP seems to have those very scripted kind of moments where the game, or timings where the game should end, or how long the game should last at least. A couple force fields going down. The Dark Shrine will build from hero as well. Just going to bring that up. The Stalkers and the Sentries will come around again for a couple of moments. Couple probes coming through. The Blink coming up. And we have a couple of Adepts coming in as well. The Adepts going to try and shade their way forward. Trying to see what they can do for a couple of moments. Dark Shrine building. Probes on the way. Just going to be seeing the Blink again coming up on both sides for a few moments right now. Again, up and running. Have I thought about multi-streaming? I stream on Twitch and YouTube. So yeah, we have the YouTube stream live right now as well. YouTube's been doing great lately. Yeah, YouTube hits like 300-ish viewers pretty consistently every day. We've peaked at like 400 or 500 a few days the last few weeks as well. It's, YouTube's doing good. I don't have any interest in streaming on Kick. Kick's just a fake platform. Like, all the money on Kick is completely fake. All these gifted subs and stuff you see are just the platform basically getting you to advertise gambling. You can't run any ads on Kick either because none of the way that their website works is advertisement compatible. So yeah, Kick's just a bit of a shitty place. Honestly, it's not really a very nice platform. So yeah, it's you see all these tweets of like, whoa, I made insane money on Kick, but it's just not real. It's just not real. It's basically like a sponsor you're not declaring, as far as I understand it. But yeah, we stream on Twitch and YouTube. If there's anywhere else reasonable to stream to, we might, but I don't know if there is. I know Loco's been streaming on Kick recently. Maybe I'll ask Loco how it's going. Like, a lot of my opinions are based on other things I've read deeper, but like, maybe I should ask Loco how his experience on Kick has been. I'd be interested to hear. I get the feeling he'll be like, yeah, I do it because like it's just live or it's just already there, and like it's a backup plan in case Twitch shuts down or something, and you have some growth already. But the reality is not a lot of viewership is there, right? So, well, DTs trying to make their way up. This was Dark Temple. I mentioned if someone did those DTs, Hero went straight to the Dark Shrine before I yapped on a chat for a little bit. But we do have the DT showing up, but the defense is reasonable. We're going to lose a handful of probes, 4-5. I say reasonable, that's not reasonable anymore. Well, it's one of the natural. Even maybe getting away would be really sad, because that's just 6 probes for 1 DT. It's a very good starting point. Alright, Stalking the Center Rays gather up the Dark Shrine. Building through. Just going to get ourselves a little grab right there. And just going to be seeing a little bit of a pick-off Observer coming through. And yeah, just going to be seeing a couple of gates come about. So that charge is on the way by, the Immortal coming up, and that +1 as well. Coming by for the moment. Then gates building by, the +1 attack upgrade coming up. A couple of Adepts going to shade their way into that natural expansion already. And we're just going to see the Stalkers. Just going to be picking away at both those Adepts easily. A couple of probes go down. Nice grab, nice cleanup. Oh, that one probe stuck in the back. No! Cancel the gateway. Free Mr. Proby. Free Mr. Proby. Oh, nice catch on the Prism. Nightmare will lose his Prism. Gets the DTs out, but obviously now they're a little bit stranded and going to be a bit more of a one-dimensional attack from them if they even continue through. As Hero has cannons on the way. He's got an Observer. I don't really see the DTs doing much. First DT walks straight into the Obs. That's an instant kill. The second DT will take a different route at least, but probably not look to try and do too much here. As the hallucination moves out, the Stalker's moving across. I'm just going to see the Stalkers have actually found this Dark Templar, looking to get the surround on it. Nightmare wasn't able to do that earlier. Hero will not manage it now. The day of slippery, not really even slippery DPs, they're just slightly out of reach. He does take that as an opportunity to come in and get a couple of probes though, and that's a nice little move from Nightmare. He's down in a few ways. He's down on the attack upgrade. He's been down a couple of workers up until now. He's behind on the charge timing. He's behind on the 4th base timing. Like, Hero just seems to have the slight edge overall in this game too currently. Everything is just a little bit better off for Hero as dives straight in, gets rid of that pile, and this 3rd base is in trouble, and both full energy sentries here in trouble too. We did blink in, which means these Stalkers can't blink out immediately, but man, enough time had already passed, so we blink away pretty comfortably actually in the end as Zealot Stalk continues to gather up on the 3rd base. Temple Archive's already coming through. The +2 attack upgrade, a part of the upgrade setup right now as well. Maintain that upgrade lead as Hero. As the charge and the +1 both coming up. The Nexus and a few probes coming on into play. And we just have that pylon still building about. Solid Stalker gathering through as well. As we just have other units join up together and get into the frontier. So it's collecting together on all 4 of these bases. Temple Archives is about to complete. The extra gates are still coming by. Nexus, Prism, High Templar, all coming up. +2 attack upgrade halfway done for now. DTs will warp in. The Observer will stretch down to the bottom left side. It's going to get a couple of Zealots warping through as well. It's just going to get those warped straight in. A couple of gates still building by. Get rid of an Observer even. And we got Hero, who's really just on the ready kind of mode to attack. Again, he did a good job getting a few units previously. Didn't lose too much. And he's just, again, had the edge throughout this game. And that's been maintained. Nightmare, he obviously needs to try and cause something that's going to make something happen outside of this kind of frontal attack. So finding good defense here while getting a run by in. He attempts it, but the defense was good from Hero. So good defense from Hero to begin with. Nightmare doing the right things, trying the right things. But not really seeing success just yet as that Zealot charges over. One Zealot goes down. Stalkers try and fight a little further. Archon already taking some shots. The rest of the Zealots peeling around to the sides. It's another 8 Zealots warping in right now. Armor upgrade coming through. The Immortal coming by. Zealot Stalker will continue to push up as we just charge on in. So Zealots coming in from that right side. Hallucinations popping through. And the Archons continue to fight. I mean, it's just a very powerful army from Hero with an upgrade advantage as well. GG. Nightmare takes a loss, in game number 2. Hero takes game number 2 and ties us up 1-1 in the best of 3 series that is opening our day here on the WardiTV October. Group A. Appreciate you guys. Let's get ourselves ready to go on to game 2. Alrighty, kick this off and... Sorry, game 3. Kick this off and get ready to go into Tokamak for some more PvP action. Drop this lobby link down as soon as we're up and running. And keep the games moving smoothly, guys. Keep on going with a little bit more action. Ready, ready, ready. I feel like we had more casters here a few moments ago, but there we go. I think we're on 5. The players are ready. We'll click start and count down into this. Heading into Tokamak as we get this ready to roll. Let's see what happens. Very exciting. As we load on up and dive on in. In the top right hand side, we're going to start things off with our red Protoss player. This is going to be Hero, as it is 1-1 in this best of 3. He is taking on the blue Protoss player. Down in the bottom left hand corner, we've got Nightmare. Alright, third game of the series, we get this underway. Pylons coming up, probes coming through. We got ourselves established. Here's our Chrono Boost along on the Nexus. And we drop down the gateway at the front of the main base from both players initially, so... Well, I say at the front of the main base from both players, we actually do not wall off here as Hero, which is something he does do every now and again in the PvP. I mean, typically walling in the PvP makes your life a little bit easier because, well, you just don't have to deal with the depths running in. But he might just try and wall a bit later. It does have an advantage if you don't wall, which is that if you get attacked by a 1 base or so, you don't have to give up your gateways while defending the ramp. Obviously, if you have like 2 gateways in your wall, usually you will lose both of those and your opponent kind of attacking. So it's the downside of not being able to wall off fully. stop getting access into your main base, but the upside of maybe not losing that, if you expect that to be something your opponent may try and reach out towards as an opportunity in this game. So gives you kind of a little bit of access on either side in terms of how that may go as this probe runs around for a little bit of time. Hey, what's up, Mysterio? Thank you so much for the 7 months YouTube membership. It's amazing. People like we're getting up towards like people being YouTube members for like a year. It's freaking crazy. Thank you so much for the 7 months. Walls are for noobs. Yes, walls are for noobs. Who needs the wall off? Who needs to hide behind a wall when you can stand in an open field and just accept every challenge from your opponent? I mean, it might not be the smartest play, but sometimes that's hero in a nutshell anyway. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, everyone, you know, memes on hero for having bad wall-offs and stuff as well. I mean, it's not wrong either. It has been the case a lot of the time. Maybe hero's just like, I don't respect wall-offs, you know? Like, that's way too... You know, walling off is way too defensive of a playstyle for me. It's just a more of a it's just such a necessity I have to do it, even if I don't agree with the concept. Maybe. Or maybe he's just, for some reason, bad at it. Hey, what's up, God of Cakes? Thank you so much for the Prime sub as well. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for priming us up and using the sub on the channel. Thank you, thank you. Nice scout here from Hero, from Nightmare, sorry. He is going to see the proxy of Hero, so he sees that Stargate on the way in, knows about it early, and now can make sure that his 2 Stalkers that are producing right now can be in a mineral line defensively, and starts up his expansion on the low ground, where an Oracle would not be able to do too much right away, because there's not going to be probes there for a little while. The expansion still has to build. So you've got time to set up defense here, especially with those first 2 Stalkers that are going to be well positioned, you'd imagine. These 2 Adepts don't really do much, but they do shade away. Ah! They just ran back into the Stalkers. They haven't continued to move. Mistake from Nightmare, because he's going to lose at least one of those Adepts. I want to say, if not both of them, both might be a little bit of a push. Does that Stalker have enough damage output? It did. It got the kill. So that is going to be Hero cleaning up both those Adepts. Just unnecessary loss from Nightmare. If he just kept running with those, they would have both still been alive. You get the shields back, and they're both healthy enough to make plays, right? So, yeah. Mistake from Nightmare. A costly one, which cost him a couple of units early. As we continue to settle down, the Oracle still poised to the left side. Stalker's going to get some nibbles off. Force field comes down toward the low ground there, as we do see another force field coming into place. A couple of Stalkers will want to step forward. And again, we look to see what sort of a defense we can make from this right now, as that Stasis Ward comes in once again, getting that attempt to just be annoying with the Oracle. Obviously, you can't Pulsar Beam when there's the shield battery there, but you can Stasis. Force some lost mining time, and hey, if he doesn't pull away, you can take a whole bunch of damage as well. Stalker's still pushing the front, get some sentries, would be lovely. We're going to get the first one, and honestly, potential for more. Falls back to the battery, which is nice. Didn't realize Hero actually has a battery here as well. He obviously has that 4 gateway. He never expanded, so he's just committing to this aggression. Right now, getting to a good Stalker count. Battery overcharge is big. Love the target fire on the warp and in Stalkers. They can't be healed. Ooh, like those force fields, though. The sentry is about to go down, but they get some force fields off before they drop. A few probes, adding some good nibbles in. That's a big Stasis Ward waiting to happen. It's too late of a response from Nightmare, and half the mineral line or more is caught, including the gas probe, so his income is drained, and not a great time to be drained when you're under heavy threat at the front. Stalker's hitting you hard. Nightmare has to say GG. Got the opening map, but was not able to withstand Hero on the maps after. But Hero played great in these last couple of games, much better than in that first game, where, again, he definitely made the mistakes to give Nightmare the chance to make plays and to step back into it. GG's. We're actually going to watch all of Nightmare's matches in a row to start the day off, guys, which means that we're going to head into Rex versus Nightmare in just a moment. So we'll get that set up and ready to roll. Just wait for Rex here. In a couple of moments, get this set, and we'll be underway. So I think Rex just in a... Apparently Rex went into the ladder game. All good. Give him a couple moments, and we'll get ready to resume. He's just off racing, so... Yeah, we'll take a couple moments and jump into Rex versus Nightmare, guys. That'll be our next matchup. And like I say, hopefully, like... You know, maybe 2-3 minutes or so. Say hopefully nothing too long and too crazy as we get ready to rumble. Wardy combo with the 5-stream watch streak, love it. Yeah, had some people on 7-stream watch streaks yesterday, man. People getting those streams in. I can't wait for the day I accidentally have to like reset the stream or something and just ruins everybody's streak. It's like I go live and I'm like, oh no, I didn't. I don't know. I would say didn't turn the stream delay off, but that's not really a thing nowadays. Go live and I don't know. Sometimes I go live and I'm like, oh no, I need to reset my PC or something. So I go live for like a minute, then turn it off, reset the PC, go live properly. I wonder if that would actually break the streak, or if there's like a determined amount of time the stream has to be live for it to count as a stream. Like I wonder if something like that would just be like looked over. I mean, it should be. I just don't know if Twitch were thinking far enough ahead to implement that part of it. You think there's a threshold? Yeah. That'd be good if there was. He in fact did not need a wall. No, he did not in fact need a wall. That's true. Combos always have to end. That's what they tell you. Alright, we are going to get ready to go. As we just have Nightmare and Rex ready to veto. Rex has joined us, so he is here. We get ready to zip zap zoom into this BO3 in just a couple of moments, guys. Get this ready to rumble. Lovely. Thanks for joining us early. 5 best of 3s to go. Still lots of StarCraft 2 on the day. Like I say, not going to be the longest of our streams, but not a bad start. Get ready to rumble very, very soon. Very exciting. Ruby Rock, Persephone vetoed. I think Nightmare is vetoing a lot of the newer maps, to be fair. They just added a new feature at TwitchCon where if you miss a stream, you can watch the VOD to recover it. Oh my god. Is that how they're going to force VOD viewership on Twitch? To be fair, Twitch are actually adding some cool stuff. Like the rewind feature is much appreciated. I know it's limited to Turbo or streams you're sub to, but it's still nice that they've got it there to some capacity, right? Like, I know it's just like a feature already on YouTube, but I honestly, like, Twitch is designed as a live stream platform. I don't hate it being like a bonus feature. Yeah, honestly, like, I think in general, Twitch made a couple of cool decisions lately. Maybe not so much at TwitchCon, but in terms of the platform, it's actually been kind of decent. That said, I mean, you know, people love to hate on Twitch, and maybe for a lot of right reasons, but it is crazy because it feels like there's a lot of people who are like way bigger streamers who are super bothered by everything Twitch does. There's a lot of people that are way smaller streamers that are super bothered by what Twitch does, and then like I like a lot of our StarCraft streamers are just in the middle, and we just exist and stream, and we just like make content, you know, like it's not really a big deal. Like Twitch changes something, it's like I'm gonna keep streaming. Yeah, like a lot of what they do, like the smaller streamers freaking hate, like they're some of the most passionate and loud about it, and then the bigger streamers, like I say, obviously maybe rightfully so, but like it's just so weird. Like I remember Roddy said this one, so it's like, we're the people that really make Twitch money as well, right? Because we aren't the you know, say the 5 viewer streamer who's taking up bandwidth and not making any revenue, and we're not the massive streamer that has 200,000 views that's taking up loads of bandwidth and bringing in revenue, but maybe not even enough. Well, actually, there's a really cool point where we're bringing like a good amount of revenue and stuff, and like we're in like a cool balanced spot. And Twitch is just like, cool, you guys are so good. You just stay there. You do whatever you want to do. You just stream. We're just like, okay, we'll just stream. We'll just stream and do nothing else. Which never acknowledges us, you know? Like, we can apply for front page if you're on the right Discord server, which is hard to find as well, you know? Like, It's funny. Did you want to squeeze the big streamers for more money because they're going to take the audience and go somewhere else? I think there's, but I honestly think, like, it sounds weird, but like I actually think the biggest streamers are not necessarily as lucrative as they used to be for Twitch, no? Like, there's a reason Twitch stopped caring about giving these guys contracts to stay on Twitch, because the reality is, it's like you're paying them a bunch of money to, like there's a weird point where like the biggest streamers have a lot of viewership that will never ever create monetary value, right? So there's this weird percentage of like viewership versus like viewers that will monetarily contribute to the platform. And I have to imagine that there's this weird kind of point where like the larger a stream gets, it gets to this crazy point where there's just so many viewers that will not monetarily contribute. And you still have to pay for all of the server costs and whatever that having so many viewers on a single stream costs, right? So there's like this weird point where like the biggest streamers aren't necessarily that lucrative, where, you know, I don't necessarily know what the good number is, but like I imagine some of the mid-sized streamers are actually better off for Twitch. It's very weird. It's a it's a weird business and industry we work in, to be honest. But I just sit here and cast games. Don't really need to do anything else. It's fun. Don't forget the ad revenue. Yeah, but you've got 40,000 people with ad blockers or something. You know, like, you know, that was more of a thing when no one would run ads, and that's the issue, because none of the big streamers would run ads originally, right? Like, a lot of the big streamers literally said straight up they will not. It's so funny because so many of the issues that actually exist on Twitch are because of streamers kind of shooting themselves in the foot. Because a lot of streamers, don't get me wrong, at some point, like, ad revenue was not as good as it used to be, but I've always run ads, right? But a lot of the big streamers look at, like, ads, and they themselves are like, ads are toxic. We can't have ads. Ads ruin my stream. And because they say this, their chats believe it. So everyone on, you know, in chat is like, yeah, ads suck. They're like, whoa, you like, and then the streamers do nothing to help the situation. They're like, yeah, see, I'm gonna play 3 minutes of ads and then go and do this cool thing. Whoa, you just made everyone miss the thing. Like yes, but you could have taken a break when you run 3 minutes of ads or something. Like, you know, like 3 minutes of ads now is not crazy. Like, you literally had streamers who were saying that instead of making, like, there was this point where it's like, basically, if you run 3 minutes of ads an hour for some of these streamers, they would make like $30,000 a month, right, or something. And these guys are like, I would rather not take that money, and I'd rather make that money from my community sub. And it's like, $30,000, like, bro, like, why do you want your community to pay for that instead of just standing up and taking a break and nobody gets hurt in the process? You know? And yeah, I know ads do suck, I get it, but like, you know what I mean, right? Like, it's very, like, the TLDR that I'm trying to get to is that streamers really made ad culture more toxic than it needed to be. Like, no one loves ads, but like, people watch TV, and every time an ad comes on TV, people don't throw up their arms and lose their minds, right? But that's the culture that a lot of big Twitch streamers created, where it's like, every time an ad plays, you lose your mind, you bitch about Twitch, and the world is ruined, your day can't be saved. It's the end of the world, you know? It's super dumb, you know? Like, it's just such a dumb way to take it. And because then none of the big streamers wanted to run a reasonable amount of ads, Twitch had no option but to force ads. And then people feel like they're being forced to do something that doesn't work. But if they just accepted a reasonable amount of ads in the first place, like, none of this would have been a problem. And no one would blink an eye at 3 minutes of ads an hour if Twitch streamers hadn't made it such a big issue, you know? You quit watching TV because of ads, and that's fine. Like don't get me wrong, like, I don't disagree. Like, ads can also be disruptive on TV. And, like, not everyone is, like, you know, it can piss people off enough that they're not going to watch stuff. That's fine. But, like, the way that people react to ads on Twitch is over the top, no? Right? Hey, Terranzoid, thank you so much, by the way, for the 15 months on the YouTube membership as well. The WardiTV Master membership as well. Damn! Man is on the cool membership. Best YouTube channel. Thank you so much, mate. I appreciate it. I don't even know what the freaking WardiTV Master subscription is. I forgot what those tiers even are. That's great. I'm gonna go check right now. I'm genuinely intrigued.
Don't start your...
Oh my god! I just got a toothbrush ad. Oh, I'm gonna like my stream while I'm there. I can't because I did it on a incognito. Unbelievable. I can't do any of this on incognito. What am I doing? I failed in every single possible way here. Incredible. Am I gonna have to mute this again? I am. I click join. Damn, the master one's the big one. Holy doodles. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. I fixed it just for you. I did fix it, you're right. And I have just clicked my own like button, guys. If I'm clicking my own like button, you guys can click the like button too. I'm actually having to talk about the games. You guys can take a second to click like, so. TV structures content around ads and Twitch doesn't. Yes, but that is... Right, but that's my entire point. It is straight up healthy to stand up and walk away from your computer for like 5 minutes an hour or something is what they recommend in all parts of life, right? That's a recommendation, you know? So I don't think asking a Twitch streamer to stand up and take 3 minutes where they don't do anything for 3 minutes, they just take a break for 3 minutes, and the ads play during that time, I don't think that's a ridiculous concept. That's what I mean. Like, people make this argument that Twitch isn't designed to have ads play during it. Sure. But maybe that's because no one stopped to actually make their content ad-friendly. You know? And that's where all of the toxic ad stuff came from. Like, like the comment just here, Twitch ads running at random moments, usually epic base trades where you don't get to see the end. That sucks. Yes, but all of these ads that get forced are forced because as Twitch streamers, as a collective, we refuse to run ads. If people just, did the thing in the first place, they wouldn't have had to put imposing measures in to force ads upon us, because they would have just had people running ads normally. They put things in place that made it worse, and then people settled for it instead of just being because people were so anti-ad in the first place. It's crazy. I find this like a baffling concept. I mean, it's way far gone now. It is what it is. It's just, I find it super interesting because I actually really think it's one of the ways that streamers shot themselves in the foot. It's and also, it's insane money. Like, don't get me wrong. I run a lot of ads, and I probably have more viewership. Like, I have a higher, viewership. Like, I have a bad subscriber to viewer ratio, right? Like, the amount of support I make per viewer is quite low compared to other channels. And I don't disagree. Like, there are people who stream with 100 viewers on average that have 2 or 3 times the sub count that I do, right? And I do not disagree. Running ads for them is not it, So I'm not saying that they're going to make money from ads. But when you have streamers who are literally turning down making tens of thousands of dollars a month for running 3 minutes of ads an hour, I think you might be a little bit crazy and a little bit kind of full of yourself to be like, no, I'd rather have my community pay for that. Just freaking baffling. Like, you'd rather have 7,000 people give, well, realistically with Twitch Split, you'd rather have 10,000 people give you $5 than stand up and take a break once an hour. Like this is like mind-boggling numbers. No? I'll never get over that. But yeah, like 65-70% of my Twitch income is ads, so, and yeah, I run a lot more ads than other channels. It works on my channel because people want to watch the games. I have higher viewership than I do subscribers, yada yada. Like I say, it works for me specifically, but like money's there, man. Like, crazy. Anyways, ZVP, Rex Nightmare. Let's actually talk about the game, shall we? Let's talk about the game. As we have a few lings just moving about. I'm just going to be having ourselves the few Zerglings making their way around up to the top side. Lair coming through, Lings, melee upgrade, continue to come about. The Rotron is producing. The Blink and the Stalkers all coming in. As you can see another gateway or two coming up and online as well. So we get that rolling. Stalkers down the right side with the Oracle. Yeah, the opening of this game, in case you've not been tracking, I've not talked about it too much. We did get 5 drones and 18 Lings, but at the cost of 1 of the Oracles and 3 of the Adepts. So, yeah, Rex took some damage, but he got some hurt back in the return, and we'll see what the Stalker play from Nightmare right now can achieve. Rex is setting up with the Lings and Roaches. He doesn't have the melee upgrade yet. Let's see how well he does. There is that warping point from Nightmare nearby as well, so that will also be a factor here. So we've seen the Lings coming through, looking for a wraparound on the Stalkers. A couple of shots coming through. The Lings surround was decent. We just don't have the bulk of Roaches we need to really deal with this. So Nightmare hitting Rex a little bit where it hurts. There's the Roach Ravager count getting a little better now, but now we maybe don't have the Lings to kind of stand in front and tank the shots. Stalkers trade very well against the Roaches. You need these Lings in front to be taking those shots and reducing your damage from the Roach count. Stalkers trying to get that hatchery as well. We step forward, but like I say, we don't have the Lings that we had before. Rex needed like an extra 15-20 seconds before that first fight happened, and he would have been golden. Now that's one of the advantages that Nightmare creates for himself. Dealing with the Lings first, now the Roach Ravager separately. Blink backs are very good so far. Now Rex's supply will start to take a turn in the wrong direction, unfortunately. A couple Corrosive Vials dropping it into place. The Ling Roach Ravager still gathering up. The Stalker's still joining through. It's going to be seeing a hatchery. It's just surviving, but it won't last for long because realistically you can see the There's not a lot of units left here for Rex. He's spamming a lot of lings right now. Can he get enough up? Nightmare's doing a great job of maintaining a lot of these Stalkers. He's kept them alive nicely. He's actually doing a great job microing. He's lost 9 in the game, but for the amount of value he's found, and considering this has been a very consistent fight, I'd say not too bad. Rex just trying to push these Stalkers away over that right side at the last moment. Right again, a couple of the Roaches taking some more shots. We blink back once more. Another Queen coming through. A couple of Debs are going to try and shade their way into the natural. Oh, we blink on the Ravagers as well, and I think that's going to be the sign that this first game is over. Nightmare looking good to grab an opening map here off Rex, and going up 1-0 in the BO3. So Nightmare grabs a 1, just as he did against Hero, opened with that map win. We'll see if he can hold the lead this time and turn it into a map win, or a series win or not, as we'll go to 10,000 feet for map 2. Second time today, going to make it through the vetoes already. I'll get this ready to go. Guys, I don't know why we have to fight. Like, people don't like ads, it's fine. Like, some people watch ads, some people base what they watch based on if they see ads or not. Like, chill. It's all good. I feel like we're fighting over something that we're meant to be, like, together, and, like, none of us love the concept of ads. The reality is that as a human race, ads are sadly effective, you know? And as they are effective, they are just present in life, you know? So I don't feel like we need to be fighting. People are very much so allowed to avoid what they want to avoid, and, you know, make decisions based on what's what. Like, chill. Chill. No chill, Riot. Ay. You get a lot of ads because they are so disruptive and annoying. But are they though? Like, I don't ad block anything. I bought Twitch Turbo last week, or like 2 weeks ago when they added the rewind feature. I've watched ads on Twitch for 10 plus years, and I don't think there's been a single time where I'm like, okay, there's been a couple times where it's like, you know, the streamer just decides that the ads running in the middle, you know, at a sick moment is fine, but like, it's so minimal. Like maybe once a month I'm like, oh, ads. Like, now? Question mark. But that's just how everyone's different as well. Like, you know, to me it's like, it's a thing, it's there. You know, some people are more bothered by it, some people are less bothered by it, right? Like, you know, that's the uniqueness of being a person, is that everything is different to everyone, and everyone has different values, everyone's, you know what I mean? So, like, it's just whatever, you know? Like, that's why we don't need to be fighting about it, either. There was 2 minutes of ads when you started watching the stream just now, way too long. Yeah, but that's because we're actually in an ad break. Yeah, that part I don't know how you really fix this, Twitch, because, like, that's because I'm literally playing multiple minutes of ads on the stream in that moment. Because you don't get pre-rolls on Twitch because I run enough ads that pre-rolls don't happen. So if you ever join my stream and have to watch minutes of ads, we're literally already in the break. And that's the thing, it's right, like, everyone's like, Twitch has done it again, but actually this is just like, you just joined you in an ad break, right? So, yeah. In that regard, Twitch honestly did get a lot better. Like, again, no pre-rolls. If you run a certain amount of ads during the stream is very good, and I think it's like 3 minutes an hour is what turns it off, which is very good, honestly. Yeah, I mean, just things where it's like, hey, the streamer, like, if it just said the streamer is running an ad break right now, rather than, like, or something like that, just, like, I feel like information is missing sometimes, maybe. Anyways, we'll see what we are going to get to. It's a question of if you're a good little consumer or not. Yeah, maybe I'm a good little consumer. I tell you what is crazy is the amount of revenue I get from Twitch Turbo nowadays. And it's not like the Twitch Turbo revenue is like, holy, like, we're making bank off this. It's the fact that it's visible on the charts when obviously it's just like, I feel like even if you go back like a year or even like a year ago, I feel like Twitch Turbo was like, you know, I finished my stream, it's like, hey, you made 43 cents off Twitch Turbo today. I was like, okay. Yay. And now Twitch Turbo, it's like, I end my stream, it's like, hey, you made like $20 off Twitch Turbo today. I'm like, whoa. That's actually like real money, you know? That's like, you know, that's significant. So people are clearly using it, which is what Twitch want as well, by the way. Like, Twitch want you to buy Turbo, because if you pay for Turbo, that makes you a paying consumer, and Twitch struggle to get enough ads to run to everybody. So if you're one less person they need to run ads to, and they can run ads to someone else, brilliant, you know? So Twitch love it when you guys get Turbo. It's funny, because actually in the past, I think they didn't like Turbo. Because in the past, if you had Twitch Turbo, you would basically be a lost number. So when you sell yourself to advertising companies, you know, if Twitch can be like, hey, literally every single user on our platform is advertisable to, because you're guaranteed a pre-roll when you join a stream, that was like a really good number for them to sell. But nowadays, I actually think they really like Twitch Turbo, because they actually struggle to get enough ads anyway, so... It's all very interesting when you get deep into it. We'll be having ourselves the roach roarlings coming through the Dark Shrine, the Robo Facility, Gateway, and some probes building as well. Debs up that right-hand side. There, a couple spores coming through. So we're just going to see Rex getting some tech up early this time around as we get a few lings nearby. Just going to try and jump on those adepts as well. And Nexus coming by, the couple pylons still coming up. And we just have our adepts making their way down to that bottom left-hand side as well. Prism loads. We'll see what Nightmare can do as he tries to apply some pressure here with these first few units. The Dark Templar ready to strike. Now, there's a Spore Crawler nearby, but it's a little out of reach of this side of the hatchery, I think, so we might need to bring it just a teeny bit closer. Queen Transfusion early just to give this hatchery plenty of HP, let the heal over time take effect as well. Didn't have a ton of transfusions, so I actually don't mind that going down early and just, like I say, getting the full heal over timer off to make sure it has as much HP as possible, just in case. Observer going to be hanging around. +1 missiles, rogue speed coming up, the extra drones and the overlords coming through. The DTs will be good for a creep tumor right there, so we knock that down if nothing else. And the observer there just about escaping away over to the side as well for the moment. Roaches in production, +1 missiles, and that roach speed coming up. Extractors coming through. Prism back up toward the top as we do have the fueling is pressuring the third base, but defense is made by Nightmare on that third. We don't look at it, but it just happened on the mini-map as we do lose a queen here. Overseer is obviously some good permanent detection, but we need some other units to actually get damage output onto the Dark Templar. As Rex will hopefully be able to push them back now with those lings showing up. Stalker is going to come warping through. There's going to be seeing them go underneath the prism. Pylons coming online. Again, the roach speed and +1 missiles both building up as well at the moment as you see those Stalkers joining and getting ready to push forward a little bit. The DT's got Gans on that right side base as well. And we'll see if Nightmare can push in successfully here. Rex going to meet with a good amount of Roach Ravager, but no lings in front. Talked about last game, those lings in front can be really nice sometimes. There are lings on the way. As right now, the Stalkers are coming up right here. Chase on through. A couple extra Stalkers coming about. The Roach Ravager coming up as well. Stalkers gather up. I'm just going to see the roaches joining in. Hatchery coming about as we have the stalkers moving through the rocks as they expire. Lovely timing. Roach Ravage will gather. I mean, just going from a different direction. Here's Nightmare. Rex still holding on supply-wise. He's going to step forward. I like that. Just stepping straight up. Pushing this back immediately. As we see the extra few Zealots warping in. Robo Bay is coming up. And that charge upgrade is going to get started as well. So you bring that straight through. Baneling Nest on the way. The extra drones, roaches, lings, ravages all on the way by. The stalkers take their chance to move over to the left-hand side. And we are just going to have ourselves 1 moment of moving about. And the Bane Nest is coming through. Take a couple of moments. Infestation Pit still coming about. Just going to be seeing the melee upgrade and the Bane speed just coming through. And we've seen a couple of Zealots are going to fight. The Lings and the Roach is going to come around. The Roach Ravager coming down onto those Stalkers. That's going to force them back a little bit. The Lings will chase through at the front. Extended Thermal Land's about halfway done right now. Bane's morphing. Rex maxed out. Good opportunity here for him. Those Banes joining up. No Bane speed is kind of rough. You want to attack right now as Rex. Any moment you wait gives you more time as Nightmare to be ready against this. Colossus are very consistent against these kind of armies, but they're going to perform much worse if these armies get split up against, so it's going to be one of the things that we kind of look at here. Couple Zealots coming through. The Lings get pushed the other way. The Prism going to be there. Rex fell back. I don't love it. You know, he didn't set up on a drone count to be falling back and being like, yeah, I've just been building a bank account this whole time. Like, he's built a bank account, but not off of like 80 workers, off 65 workers, right? And he's only just now getting the hive, so he's looking for some other things as well. Hive building, plus team melee coming through, the additional Banes coming online. Roach Ravager Bane. Coming through, the extra Archon's coming up. Stalkers show up, Ling Bane gonna be there, Ravagers pull away, Overlord taking some damage, a few Banes trying to step forward, and the Colossus will be there to again do well. The problem is now you're kind of picking and choosing the fights as the Protoss, and you're not going to be able to get this kind of multi-prong aggression as Rex that you were setting up to be when you were the aggressor. So that's going to be distinctly missing. As those few Zealots step through, the couple Colossus going to go straight through onto that hatchery as well. Spire just going to be coming through, plus two melee in the drill glands. I mean, a lot of nice things on the way about. Army from Nightmare coming back around into the middle once more here. Ling, Roach, Ravager, Bane coming over, still setting up. The shots coming through as the Roaches will continue to come by. Roach is going to fight. I see the Ling Bane Roach coming through. Colossus going to get dove on. A couple of blending clouds coming down. Stalker Archon going to get turned the other way. It's going to be seen. It's not a bad fight from Rex. Getting a lot of the tech units out of here. The Vipers run back to get themselves consuming up a bit more energy again. Bane's going to roll down. Again, a couple of those Archons getting hit. Roach Ravager getting to the front. Nice little abduct on the Colossus. Going to get taken out as well. That's going to be seeing the X. The rest of the Archons continue to get knocked. And Rex has done it. He's going to knock through everything here. What an impressive... Genuinely impressed he did so well with just basically Roach Ravager. Obviously, Bane's mixed in there as well, but... Great fights, knocking down the tech units and able to take the fights. Especially when I felt like Nightmare was getting to the best kind of part of his game as well. And the Observer pulls back. The Stalkers still gather. Roach Ravager takes a few moments. More Biles coming through. Chase the Stalkers back the other way. We're going to get rid of that Nexus. And realistically here, Rex is what, like, coming up to 200 supply. Nightmare's at 104. I mean, Rex made it work well before. I love he's now adding on 11 drones again. We get some DTs coming up from Nightmare, but I think we're on our way to a... game 3, it would seem. Azal's going to get through those Zerglings as he knocks through that. The Stalkers working their way through those Changelings as well. And Broodlord's coming online. +3 melee upgrade. The Overlord speed coming up. An extra Bane's coming by. The Spore Crawler still in production. And a couple more Archon speed more from those Dark Templars. We just try and get up as much as we can. We do have the Greatest Spire, so we can morph some Broods from those Corruptors, and that is what we're beginning to do as well. Few Queens gathering up, the Archons and the Stalkers moving along into the center of the map also. And they just gather and start to push down at the front of this group spread. So we just step down here for a couple of moments. The group teamers going to begin finishing up as well. And you can see the Stalker Archon still pushing through the Observer nearby. Just going to get those Archons straight in, pushing through a couple of these different spores. Archon Broodlord, Corrupted Broodlord gathering together. The Ravager still joined up, as well as you just see the +3 melee upgrade coming by, the Brood and the Spines building also, as the Stalker Archon here is just never going to be enough. And I love how we still have some Abducts available just to guaranteed push this back and clean that out. And a couple of Zealots is going to be there still, clearing up on the other side, but that's not going to do anything in comparison to these main armies where Rex... I mean, Rex is winning without the tech units, considering he's going to have Broodlords added to the mix here shortly as well. He is in an extremely convincing position right now. As we just have the Roach Ravager lane continuing through, and that is going to be GG Rexy to tie us up 1-1 in this best of 3. Alright, Rex, man, getting a game. I love it. He was a replacement last minute today, so excited that he can come in and compete. Love to see it. We'll get game 3 started up in a moment. What is our third map? What did they veto? I think they didn't veto one of the Ruby Tido. Oh, it must be White Rabbit for our last map. Exciting, so we're going to get one of the other TLMC maps coming through here. Perfecto. Alright, lobby link is down. We will get everyone in and we should be good to go very soon. Hey Wardy, do you know much about Rex's performance? Is his gameplay solid? I mean, Rex is kind of an oddity because he really turned into much more of like a caster streamer. He's more of a caster streamer, but like he used to be like a pro. He's solid, but I think, you know, in the more standard the game is, I think he would struggle more, which is why I'm actually kind of impressed he won the way that he won here. Because I actually thought this was the kind of game where it was kind of past Rex's prime to kind of have a good shot at it. So I think that was a bit of a shame, maybe. But yeah. Alright, getting readied up. Ready to roll very soon. Waiting for Rex to give us a go-ahead signal. We can start this off. Yeah, honestly, I have no idea what to expect from Rex today. Well, my expectation for Rex was that you were probably going to have a bad time and go 0-3, to be honest. Nightmare arguably Nightmare Gumiho, I don't know which of them is better right now. But I do think that, in general, like, Rex is the underdog in this group. But you just saw him take a map win, right? Like, and it was in a very solid game as well, so he's already, you know what I mean? Like, he's already outdoing what I thought he was going to be able to get done, to be honest. So, and like I say, I just don't watch enough Rex because he doesn't play in tournaments. Like, I asked him to play a tournament a couple of months ago. He's like, I haven't actually played competitively since this event like a month ago. So you probably want to get someone else. But yeah, he messaged me today and he said he'd love to play if I needed a replacement, and I did. He messaged me while I was still asleep. I was going to be frantically trying to find someone when I woke up, but yeah, he saved my butt. He made my life a bit easier. Always good. Top right hand side, the red Zergy is going to be Rex. The blue Protoss is going to be Nightmare. It's a 1-1. It's game 3, and it's White Rabbit, one of our newer maps. I've had a lot of good games on this one. It's been fun. It's been a really fun map to watch. Same as 10,000 feet in a way. Like, it's not as rotation heavy, but like if you start taking that center base, a lot of the rotations in those corners actually become very interesting. It's been very fun to watch. I love watching the movement on this map. It's been it's one of my favorites. This and 10,000 feet, I really hope make the ladder map pool, because to me, out of all the TLMC maps, these maps are standard enough while being interesting. And there's a lot of maps that are just standard and give you kind of the stock standard experience, which is fine, and I think we need some of those. But these couple of maps have really created some really good army movement, and I really like that, and it's been a pleasure to watch. So these are getting my my big votes recently for sure. It's been cool to see. But I know he hasn't played much. Yeah, like I said, this was a couple months ago. I don't know how much more he's played recently. He plays every day. Like, he's a streamer, but he will also be he's joining our tournaments to cast and stuff, so it's not like he's fully focused on being a pro player. It's just, he was a very good player. Obviously, you're going to maintain some level of that as well. Maybe he's been enjoying the game more since the patch, so he's kind of upped it up a little bit, played a little bit extra. Like I say, it's hard to really know exactly what to kind of expect from him and what he's going to do today, but I mean, I think we're kind of getting a sign of it, right? Game 1, he got a bit behind. Game 2, found his way in a later game and was able to take some big fights to get it done. Very cool. Queen of the Overlord coming up right now. A few lings on the way. See the drones moving out. Nexus on the way up. We get settled down for the moment. Take a little bit of time here. Things be coming through. Queen on the way up. I'm just going to be seeing our Stargate Adept and the Warp Gate all continuing through as well. So a bit of everything. Very standard setup so far. Nothing too crazy to start us off for the moment as we just get underway and see where we are heading to. Again, that hatch coming online. A couple of drones, lings, Queen, ling speed, all a part of it as well. And yeah, we have that Overlord still building. Adept and the Oracle coming through. The Warp Gate coming up. It's going to be seeing the couple of probes coming by as the Pylon will build as well. Let's move about. The Adept getting some damage done. Couple of lings starting to go down. Adept probes and the Warp Gate going down. The lings are going to be there. Adept taking damage. Couple Queens come through as well as we just take some steps over the sides. Drone's going to pull back. Lings are moving across And yeah, the Oracle and the Warp Gate coming by as well as we take a few moments in these early stages to settle on down and see what we're going to do over the next little bit of time. Oracle activating. Is trying to get a second drone, doesn't quite manage it there. Does get pushed around the upper right in the end. The Queen still trying to give chase. That Oracle runs through the natural out the front of the base. Is going to get out of there for the moment. These Zerglings moving around on that bottom side. Twilight Council building up. Next in a couple probes coming through once again. Ling's still gathering, looking for a push down onto that third base. The few Adepts going to step forward as well. Let's see if they can get involved here in the next few moments, perhaps. Try and make something happen here over the next little bit of time. Ling's all joined up together. Let's see, the Queen's coming down, Oracles get pushed away. Ling coming up, a couple Stalkers coming through. It's going to be seeing the Queen's able to activate. A couple of Adepts are going to try and shade by. And the Queen's put some good damage out. That first Oracle already taking some hits. The Adepts will start to turn onto the hatchery, and the Queen's still stepping over. He's going to try and take those Oracles down as well. The Zerglings still running across. The Adepts are going to get jumped on, and frustrating start for Rex, right? Loses that fourth base. Catches the Adepts with these Lings, though, so I mean, we do get those kills without them doing too much else. So that's not too bad in the end. I mean, we've lost 3 drones this game. 14 Lings for 6 Adepts. It's better than it's been earlier, but it has that cancelled 4th base as well, right? So one thing to think on there is the melee upgrade and Lair will be our tech choices currently. And as Lair comes up, I wonder if he wants to try kind of play like Ling Hydra or so. There's no Rotron, so you'd have to expect that that's probably the case. Otherwise, what are we really aiming to do here as Rex? Hydra Den feels like an essential addition once we get to that Lair completing. Gates coming up, pylons going down, the storm is on the way, blinking the +1, still building as well, so we continue through with that. That melee upgrade currently halfway done. Again, the extra gates building up as well, a couple of high tempers will continue to come through, and the Lings will make their way down to that bottom left-hand side. Let's get those set up for the moment. +1, storm all coming about, the gates and the probes coming through. One Ling going to peel off to the side. Ling's going to get a jump onto the Nexus here. The Nexus will be cancelled. The probe, we're going to get chased once again. We're going to be able to grab that, take it down. A couple Stalkers are there to help out also. Storm and the +1 attack upgrade both building into place. Probe facility, cannons coming online. Still got the Hydras coming up as well. Melee upgrade finishing soon. And yeah, these Lings just trying to be scary around the map. Obviously that Storm on the way up, and that Storm is going to be a very scary factor for these Lings to play against. I know there's a few people in the chat right now who are thinking this game is already over because Nightmare wasted the resources of researching Storm, but trust me, it is actually still good. It is still worthwhile. It still does its job. So yeah, it is going to make it a lot harder for Rex to kind of take fights. He's going to have to be very careful with how he runs in, trying to dodge those storms. I've seen a lot of players doing a lot of kind of like faking attacks lately and forcing the storm down and then trying to move your Hydras around it so you can kind of still keep the attack going. And obviously even, you know, force more storms at once. Kind of forcing storms out earlier is more important than ever before because they last for longer. And you don't want to kind of necessarily run straight through them still as a Zerg, especially with the Lings. That's still pretty squishy, so there's a lot of kind of work to be done here with the kind of control of this army of Rex. He's got a lot of army supply. Nightmare has the tools to deal with this, but execution is still a big question mark. He doesn't have to stack defensive to defend this 4th base, though. I actually don't think I want Nightmare to fight this right now. I think I want him to run the hell away. Like I say, this 4th is not looking pretty. It's scary that we're seeing the units go around the back. Rex dodged away from those storms. He actually ran back into them. More storms coming down, actually dropping storms into his own Stalkers. So Rex getting some storm to help him out as well. Ling Hydra still here in decent numbers, but is it enough? needs to keep on getting through. We're running out of storms. Don't get me wrong, the last couple of storms kind of coming down now. We maybe have 1 or 2 left. It's a shame we've not killed all the High Templar, because obviously it leaves the opening for potentially a energy recharge or so. That was a major moment as well. That one Immortal getting caught. Big tech unit going down on that natural location. But with a big round of Zealots warping in and now charge not far from being done, it's looking a lot better for Nightmare. The only thing I will say now is he is struggling in terms of splash damage. Like, he's got less splash than he's had previously. So while the army supply count might be better, he still doesn't really have the splash that he's had before, and that might be the issue. The Hydra's pulling back against those Zealots, dealing with those well. The Archon is not going to change much here. A couple of High Templar need to do something. There's one Storm, that was the energy recharge, I believe. That's going to give you a bit of hope. But that's also getting to be a lot of Zealots right now. Also, Rex gets back to creep, throws a transfusion down, gets the Queens to show up. If you get the Queens to tank a little bit, that would be amazing. Give these Hydras a chance to do damage. You know, they are big DPS units. This army supply is getting closer and closer, though. I think there's another Storm available soon. The Zealot Warpins are definitely looking like they're probably enough. And we're getting close to a +2 attack upgrade as well on the side of Nightmare, which would only make this whole situation better and better. Zealot, Stalker, Archon still pushing through. The couple of Zealots are still going. Another Storm comes down toward the Hydralists. More damage being dealt there. That's just going to be seeing the Queen going down. The Stalker, Zealot, Archon, Immortal trying to push through as well. We're just going to see another Archon getting picked off. The Zealot still taking damage. Again, a couple of Immortals coming through. The couple of High Templar coming into place. This Storm coming up as well as we continue to get this all established. 2 Immortals in production at the moment. Hydra's doing some work here, putting some damage out. Stalker's taking some shots. We're going to see the final attempt really from Rex. So he's getting a little bit of momentum, man. I mean, he's getting rid of some of the probes as well. 3 Immortals are going to be very difficult to chew through, though. He has to kite the Hydras back from those Immortal shots. He just doesn't have enough to truly get through this army. And the fact that the 4th base lived through this as well, right? You know, Nightmare is not like, well, I've got to break back out of... No, he's got the 4th base there. He's got some static defense on it. That is helping massively as well. Like, maintaining that is huge. It's a good Storm as well. Zones, the main area you're looking to run through there as Rex, and the Hydra's starting to get tickled. Obviously, they don't have any real healing apart from just sitting back and regenerating, but this is not a game where you have time to sit back and regenerate HP. Not in the slightest, so... Army gathers up. Lurker-Den in production. Hydra's still popping now. We do see a few Zealots trying to counterattack, but that's good for Nightmare as well, even if they get caught, because it's keeping Rex away. And time is your best friend right now as Nightmare. Like, you are going to benefit from adding on more Zealots, from adding on more Immortals, from extra Storms being available, right? Like, you are getting into the better position because of this. As Rex try to kind of go around the other side, he's going to deny a little bit of mining with a Hydra there, which is cute, but... I mean, he still just doesn't have... He needs enough army to create a larger fight. He is getting to the Lurker-Den, and maybe Lurkers can make a difference, but it's not like there's a bad army comp against Lurkers here. You've got the Zealots to run in and absorb some shots. You've got the Immortals to play cleanup quickly. Archon's fairly tanky too. In the right situation, that's going to be a good addition. Like, he's set up well to deal with Lurkers, and it's not like Rex is so rich he's going to have like 12 to 15 Lurkers on the map at once. He morphs in 7, right? And it's like, 7 is just not going to be the number which is going to make me feel concerned for Nightmare. Like I say, get to 12 or so, and I'm a little bit more scared, and obviously Rex can still add more from this. But I still feel as though the more he adds now is going to take even longer, and again, time just doesn't feel like it's on his side, with Nightmare moving into better upgrades, still adding on a bunch of very good tech units as well. Hydra still coming through, a couple of gateways, the +3 attack upgrade coming about. As the Lurkers burrowing up, I mean, hey, that's one of the better positions the Lurkers can be in. They're choked up. It's going to force the army to come in from one direction to engage them, and that's exactly what you want as Rex. He's going to unburrow there, though. He pulls back a bit. He does have Zealots back at home he may have to come and deal with as well. But Nightmare got to push forward a little bit before. He got rid of some creep tumors as well, so the creep spread is nowhere near as close to the middle of the map as it once was from Rex either. That's going to be another little just problem for him. One extra thing that's not quite as good as it used to be. Again, having to pull back to deal with these Zealots just gives you even more freedom. Now, Rex actually kept these units over to the left-hand side and will be able to come down the ramp as Nightmare moved away. So, chance for Rex to actually maybe get something done with, you know, Nightmare losing track of the army and being out of position a little, but I don't know what the end goal is. Like, he doesn't even get rid of this Nexus. The Wings get some more damage onto it. Battery will take a recharge. He'll heal the Nexus. Actually does probably save the Nexus there overall. ship about it, Poppers. I think it's fair to say that this one is... Again, time is just not on Rex's side. Like, he did not play a game that was designed to go to 15 minutes. Which is unfortunate in the end, because I actually really felt as though we were going to have... it was close. I mean, I felt like he had opportunity. He's still going to try and make it happen with the incoming attack of additional lurkers as well, but the reality is you're 30 supply down, so this attack has to be something of a miracle. This engage has to be incredible if you truly want to see success here. Tempest Nexus, a couple of cannons still on the way up. The lurkers still hanging out over there. As the armies gather together, the Hive going to be coming through. Additional drones in production. Our Overlord finishing shortly as well. Playing Hydra Lurker, moving its down at the right side. A couple of those Zealots going to get picked away at. Zealots, Archons, Immortals, and Tempests will continue through as well. And we just continue to try and attack on in as we have a couple Tempest shots already landing onto the Overseers there, so a bit of damage being done right off the bat. Now we've got Ling Lurker trying to come around on the left-hand side as well. Well, Archons firing through, the Lurker's still taking additional damage, more shots coming about. Got that Time Warp coming down as well from that Mothership, so again, able to get a little bit more done already as the Lurkers come through with a couple of shots nicely defensively. The Overseer's taking damage as well. Playing Hydra Lurker going back the other way. Nice storms onto a lot of those Lurkers also. And now Nightmare comes chasing down that Lurker army. Zealot's going to jump through, jump onto the Queen. Nightmare probably doesn't need to be as cautious as he's been. I appreciate that he is being, I mean, he's been in a game where he hasn't been under pressure the whole time. Sometimes it's hard to feel confident after that, but he's right to be on the map. That part is correct. It's obviously interesting because he's playing two different armies. He's playing right side, left side. Sometimes maybe the split can be something the Zerg takes advantage of. So you're right to be cautious. You're fine to take a few moments, take it easy, and just try and chill yourself into this position. Ling Lurker still moving about. Just going to be seeing the rest of the units pulling back over the left side as well. Tempests, Archons firing away, pushing back a little. The Overseer's taking some damage. Ling Hydra moving about as well. Still trying to figure out what else we can do with all of that. And as we do have the Archons stepping forward, the Immortals are going to be right there. The damage is being done. Time Warp trickling through as that Great Aspire is halfway done. Also right now, +3 missile attack. Everything else coming by. We are going to try and get underneath this Mothership as we continue to chase down the bottom left-hand side. Those few Hydras getting in after the Mothership as well. A couple of Tempest shots going to go in after the Overseers there, and Overseers will take a few more shots of damage. We get rid of some more Changelings. And it will be Nightmare to pull back over to the left side in a comparison. So away we go. And still really hard to say anything else apart from that we are just... well... yeah, kind of dead as Rex. These Lurkers get caught as well. They don't do much of anything. 11 new ones start up, but we're just at 145 supply. Nightmare is trying his best, but just not able to get there so far. Hey, I got Nidus up in the main base. Hey, that's nice. I mean, that's the kind of thing that can help you out a lot. This would have helped out a lot more 5 minutes ago, though. It's very rare you see someone GGing with Lurkers in their opponent's main base, but it's a very correct GG. Like, this needed to happen 5, 6, 7 minutes ago, not now when this Protoss army is nigh on unstoppable, 4K, 2K banked. Game is beyond you at that stage, so GG's, and we are going to move on through into the next matchup. We're going to keep things going because we're a bit behind schedule because things have been good games so far today, basically. So we're going to get that on the way. It's Gumiho versus Nightmare. Get this rolling in a moment and get ready to kick off. I just have to invite the players in here for a second. They're just in different chat channels. And we'll get this underway. Perfect. What's up, Chris? How you doing? I actually liked how Rex played, honestly. Like, I think he had chances. Obviously, he was dead for a lot of the last moments of this game, but I think he gave himself some good chances. Not against that, you know? Not against that. So the rest of our matches coming up, guys, is going to be Nightmare versus Gumiho, Gumiho versus Hero, then Hero versus Rex, and Gumiho versus Rex to round out the day. So a couple of Gumiho matches back to back now as he plays some TVP. Have a look to see what that looks like. And get this ready to go. So we'll take a couple of moments here, guys, get this TVP rolling in a couple of moments. So get that started up. Hi, says everybody. Been a while since you've seen Gumiho. He has not played an official match since, apart from the qualifier for this event, he didn't play an official match for like a month or something. We were talking about this the other day, and it was like, I was afraid he was on the verge of, being done. But he took some time out. He didn't even really play through the PTR or like the initial kind of editions of the patches or anything. But yeah, his first match was back in... his last match was actually the 6th of September. Which I know was a while ago now, because that was when I got married. So yeah, that was his last match until he played the qualifier. And then he 2-0'd Ryung, and he went 1-2 against Nightmare in that qualifier as well. He obviously did not qualify. We invited him because he played the qualifier, as we do tend to do. And right now, they've earned out all of these newer maps. Ruby, 10,000, Torches, White Rabbit, Taito Citadel. All vetoed, one more veto, and some map picks to be made, and we'll be off into this best of 3. To round out Nightmare's day, currently 1-1, see if he can get to 2-1, or if he ends up 1-2, he might be hoping on some map scores to carry him through. On a tiebreaker, perhaps, it is possible to advance at 1-2 in these groups. But it would probably involve Rex defeating Gumiho or something, so it's not something you really want to be reliant on, basically. As we are down to 3 maps, which I believe are Persephone, Pylon, and Leylines. So just waiting for our first map to be picked, and it will be Pylon to start us in this best of 3. Alright, cool. Kick off in a second. Nightmare just going to BRB to the bathroom. All good. And we can just get everyone in the lobby while he's doing that. I appreciate that he joins the lobby first so we can get the lobby set up at least. Some people BRB before accepting the lobby, and it's like, ah! Pain. I tell you, pain. As we get panel ready to go. I tell you what's nice about it today, guys, is that everything's on the Korean server, so we're just sat here chilling, no lobby hopping, or server hopping, I should say, or anything like that. We're just sat here chilling. Back-to-back games. Everyone's ready to play. It's been some good games, too, so far as well. It's been a pretty decent start of the day, to be honest, so it has been good to get ready to roll out and go. Bum, 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 bum. Good game so far. Yeah, first couple of series have been pretty good. They have been pretty decent today. Actually, both series so far have been good. So yeah, it has been a good start. Just waiting for Gumiho and Nightmare to give us the go-ahead here in the TVP. Like I say, Nightmare has BRB a moment, but as soon as he's back, we will get this resumed into the next game. Alright. Nightmare said go already. Proceeded to leave the lobby. Always a classic. Double check that we're ready. And we should be good to go. Perfect. Away we go. Alright, let's kick this off. Again, thanks for joining us, guys. Good to see you all. Let's head on into game number 1 of a fresh best of 3. And what's going to be a couple of TVPs before we get back to some Zerg matches to round out the day. It is going to be Pylon, as we've mentioned. And we jump on in to the top left to begin with. It's going to be the blue Protoss player. This will be Nightmare to start us off, who's now 1-1 in the group. It's his last series of the day. Nightmare drawing the position of this group that a lot of people want, which is you start out, you play all 3 back-to-back matches, and you're done. Obviously, that's just nice. You show up, you play, and you're done. Everyone else has to wait a little bit, so Nightmare gets the best position in the group, playing back-to-back-to-back. And then the others do play a little bit more drawn out, as we have in the bottom right-hand side. First appearance from him today, then, is going to be Gumiho. Like I say, we're going to see a couple of his games back-to-back. He's going to play some TVPs. First versus Nightmare, then versus Hero. He did take 1 map off Nightmare in the qualifiers for this event, so we'll see what today looks like for him. I'm giggling because every single time I watch these two play, I can't help but bring up when they played in the WardiTV Korean Royale Season 2, I think. And they played a long-ass best of 3, where it was just super drawn out, 30-plus minute games. That's what I think of when I think Gumiho Nightmare. It's like they both have like deadlier abilities. I feel like they kind of counter each other out early enough that then they're both kind of heading into this later game where they're both good later game, but neither of these are like precise killers in the later game, right? You know, they both like to kill via 1,000 cuts, and when you do that to each other, you can get some very drawn out games in comparison to usual. So let's see what this looks like. I mean, maybe Gumiho leans a bit more early game again, as we've seen a lot of Terrans lean early game recently, looking to get damage done with early pushes and so on. So we'll maybe look toward that a little bit as we do see the probe. Just going to step back. SCV going to take some damage, and the factory dropping down. So we actually forced the SCV away from the depot for a few moments. Pretty minor. Slight delay there. May actually supply block you in the end, especially as you go factory before command center as well. So you're going to want to build more units here shortly. It's going to be 22 out of 23. He's fine. Like, it's not even close, really. And he does get the catch on that probe, so the probe will go down. So it's going to be a kill. And Nightmare will lose the probe. Didn't have the energy to recall at the time. Probe came under attack, and that might have been the idea to try and recall him out of there, but the Reaper gets there just in time, and that will not be allowed to happen. Factory on the way through, then, like I mentioned, that's going to come up before the command center of Gumiho, opening the door for being a bit more aggressive and a little bit more feisty in general here. Coming back down, Adept moving about. Gonna see a couple of Reapers in the Hellion coming around. Just gonna get some damage done. It's just gonna be seeing LCC barracks coming through the medevac on the way in. A couple of Adepts will shade over. Is it worth to recall the probe out? Yes. Someone did the math on it, where basically it's better because the comparison is Chrono Boost in the Nexus, basically, and it is better overall to recall and save that one probe than it is to Chrono Boost the Nexus to speed up probe production. So if it comes down to recalling the probe versus chrono boosting, then yes, you should recall the probe out. Obviously, you don't recall the probe if the probe can run home. This is simply like, you're stuck in the main base scenario, but yes, in that scenario, you do indeed. Like I say, someone did the math on it once. They might have done the math on it wrong, and we just all took it for gospel, but yeah, if you ask any caster, that's what they'll tell you. And if you ask the players, they'll tell you the same. I don't think anyone cares enough to figure out that it's not right. Which probably means that it is correct, otherwise someone would have probably called it out, really. Couple SCVs coming up, Robo Facility about to finish as the gateways come over, and the Storm can put a bit more damage onto the medevac here. Wooden Mines will unload, and that's going to be a full burrow. That's painful for Nightmare. Going to lose 3 workers right off the bat. Second mine will burrow here as well. Things naturally clump around that battery, so got to be careful. Next Wooden Mine. The Nightmare does deal with it. 5 workers, but hey, we saved 2 mines here As Gumiho, the medevac alive. That's amazing. 1 mine lost and you killed 5 workers. A lot of them lost mining time as well across 2 different mineral lines. It's a really beautiful mine drop, you know? You don't see that level of success from 1 mine death a lot of the time. So that is a really, really wonderful starting point. Let's just have a few stalkers moving about. The Reaper is going to get met by some Adepts, and that's going to get turned around for a few moments. The Reaper begins to go the other way. The Adepts will continue to chase for a little bit. And we're going to sit in that top corner in the end, just hanging out as the Widow Mines come back in. It's going to be, oh, not even 1 probe there because we hit the assimilator. The other mine died as well, so hey, at least the follow-up was nice. You know, in terms of the follow-up defense, so we didn't lose additional workers to the fact those Widow Mines survived initially. So yeah, a little bit of a win for Nightmare after initial bit of a loss. Now trying to push in with these Stalkers, but the tank coverage is good so far and will not really let anything happen just yet. The Marines get themselves a Stalker KO, and the medevac loading some Marines up, and a couple tanks sieging themselves and getting ready to roll here for the moment. Charge dying, Gateway is producing, that Temple Archives is on its way through as well. The medevac boosting forward, the bio units gathering up, the siege tank joining in with everything else there as well. Bio medevac's moving through, couple stalkers pulling into the main base. Stalker shooting, the bio trying to get them. A couple of stalkers going down, and you see the stim pack coming online as well. Marine Marauder tank in production as we are already pushing across the map heavily as Gumiho. Big shove from him. You know, he's heading towards stim, but it's not going to be done for this attack. We'll see how he does. He sets up on this other side. Right now, honestly, looking pretty good. Immortal on the way, but is that the only pylon powering that robo? No, it's powered from the back as well. We got 2 bunkers down. I was just wondering about getting the tanks a little further forward and trying to cover the front. What if we actually just target down the robo facility? We have damage output here. We're going to start chrono boosting out the Immortal. Immortal not getting out here would be disastrous. It gets denied. The robo goes down, and you're missing a key tech unit. Oh, no. And you're reliant on Charge to break out of this, and Charge is not really looking to be a thing right now in a world where you are getting wall. Well, it's going to be a thing, but you're going to be running into the wall off. We jumped across, so there's a few units here that were not actually in the, you know, on the other side of the wall, and actually makes this a little bit awkward because these Marines then had to lift up. Now they're unloading. I actually don't know why Gumiho felt the need to throw the bio over the other side there, as we do see the tank in the back may actually be supported by another tank and a bit of stimmed bio. 1 tank going down, the bio still stimming is obviously a big deal. Gumiho looking good, as he just needs to try and hang on in there a little bit longer perhaps. He can steal a 3rd base during this as well, guys. He killed a robo, killed off the 3rd. Obviously, he loses a lot of units in the end, but puts himself in a great position where his own 3rd base is finishing soon. He's got a good army coming out of this as well. I'd say, like, yeah, you got cleaned up a bit, but it's not like Nightmare kept everything alive. Nightmare lost a good amount of units himself as well. So realistically, nicely done overall by Gumi, who sits in a nice cozy spot at this stage, just having ourselves the +1 and concussive shells, continuing to move on through, continue to settle in to the next stage of this one. As that storm starts up, a little bit of bio going to step forward. The Zealot gets taken out already. The Archon going to be chased as well. We push this away. A couple more Zealots taking some damage. Bio going to come back through once again. More shots coming about. Just going to be seeing the Zealots taking some damage. +1 attack. Concussive shells building. Widow Mines coming through. We're going to actually even stim against a bunch of those Zealots trying to push forward right now. Command center right here is not morphed into anything just yet. Gumiho on the run. Pulls the SCVs in, very scary when you're running in toward that Archon, and that Storm nearly finished as well, so Gumiho might actually be in some genuine trouble here. Trying to get a couple of Liberators up would be an amazing addition to the defense if he could get there. Marine Stim back over that left-hand side, +1 attack upgrade. Marine Marauder Liberator. And it's still building through, but we're also getting the Goats Academy down, which will likely also be very important in this as well. So we get all of that set up. Lost a lot of storms actually. That 3rd storm coming down was maybe unnecessary, to be honest, but comes down nonetheless. +1 attack upgrade, finishing very soon. Marine Marauder Mine. Building about. That Liberator is still trying to get to the left side as a couple of Archons will be nearby. The Marines turn once again. These Elves and Stalkers continue to come across as well. Just going to be seeing the High Templar dropping down. Liberator still firing. Widow Mines shooting for a couple of moments. And again, the couple of Zealots still taking some damage, being pushed the other way. High Templar still want to try and make their way through at the moment. Zealots taking some shots here. Going to see a couple of Liberator shots going to work nicely as well. Splitting with the Bio here against the Storm. Just going to see the Widow Mines coming back through. The Stalker's taking some hits. Another step back away from that Storm as we just back away toward the third instead. 5 more Zealots warp in already. The Archons still taking some additional bits of damage. Liberators will continue to siege up as we just see the Widow Mines still stepping through. Another Storm coming down. So it's still taking extra hits at the moment here. Bio continuing to whack its way through and doing everything possible at the moment. Again, additional Ghosts on the way up. Marines, Vikings, Murder Mines building by for the moment. Liberator just going to unsiege and head around elsewhere. Marauder Medevac all still coming through too. So again, a lot of the little bits and pieces on the way up right now as we continue to settle ourselves into game. One of this best of 3 turned into a bit of a banger. I really felt like Gumiho took a great advantage off the start, but Nightmare's counters have been fantastic and terrifying, but most importantly, right? A bit of Bio will be there again. We chase the Zealot and Archon away for a little bit. A few Stalkers as well getting pushed back the other way. Nice Storm. It's a lot of low HP units. At the same time, Nightmare just lost a bunch of probes. He's killing a bunch of SCVs. A half EMP on those High Templar. Some of them still have some Storms left. High Templar now getting EMP'd again. The Archon being EMP'd is a big deal. Do we have EMPs left for the Morphing Archons? That would be massive. Get rid of those quickly would be a big factor. He's actually going to preserve the EMP, which means we might take an Archon shot. Archon just moved commands forward, so misplay. I mean, Nightmare is running out of supply because he's also taking, like I say, eco damage. The Liberator across the map has been a big issue for him. I don't think we've actually glanced at it, but this is a 17-kill Liberator, and that's been the reason why he's ended up taking so much damage during all of this. $16 dead STVs. Marine Marauder Medevac coming through. The Widow Mine coming up. We had the Forge on from Nightmare as well. Had a few probes alongside that. And still got the bio of Gumiho moving toward the upper side of the map. The Observer will get taken down. Decent scan. Just to remove it quickly. Take that out of the way. And be comfortable for the moment. Couple more. Proby's going. I mean, this is just rough at this point. Widow Mine's getting probe kills. Nightmare's already in trouble economy-wise. And every worker you lose here is just going to be an extra little bit of a struggle to get out of. I love that Gumiho's managed to find so many different mineral lines with these mines. He's not actually burrowed that one yet, but maybe could do. As the army heads to the top right, there's obviously no base there, so maybe just swings into that right side base. Eventually, as he's doubled the army supply, he withheld a lot of the pressure from Nightmare, while also getting some harass on the map, and getting rid of that work account has been a big part of this. If he doesn't work that work account down, he would have been in a much tougher position here. It's a massive commitment on the left. Like, Nightmare has everything on the left side, which means this right side base instantly in trouble, instantly goes down, kills that location, and looks like Nightmare just wants to go, go, go. On the other side of the map, he's going to run forward and just not stop. He's going to run straight through here. A couple of EMPs still going down. The Zealots taking damage. The Bio holding strong right there for the moment. The extra couple of Storms coming down. The High Templar still having to back away and be careful. It's going to be another Robo Facility that's going down very shortly, as we just see the Zealot Stalker still taking some extra hits. The Stalker still getting pushed back. The rest of the Bio jumping on this right now. And again, the Nexus taking some big heavy damage. G, says Nightmare. Gumiho takes game 1 of this best of 3. And yeah, I mean, he started off with a bang with that big push, and it did look, honestly, it looked like Nightmare was right back into it. It's not enough in the end. We are going to go to a game 2 with Gumiho leading. Nightmare about to face maybe the one thing he doesn't want to face, which is being 1 and 2 on the day. Not exactly an ideal position to play from. Our second map here, Persephone, and we'll see if that is a map that will bring us back as Nightmare, or if Gumiho will secure his first win of the day. Would be a great start for Gumiho if that's how we go. And what, as I've mentioned before, is already a very competitive kind of matchup here, really. And for Gumiho to accept our lobby invite, and we are good. Gumiho's AFK a second, but there he is. He's back now, and we get back on track. We throw down our lobby link for game number 2. Nightmare with the instant go. Give everyone a chance to join the lobby, and it looks as though we're set into game number 2 here. Alright, Persephone will be our map, and kick this off. Let's see where we go in just a moment. I'm intrigued to see if Gumiho gets aggressive again. Big push. It's interesting because that last game was like, he pushed big time, but he also had the stim on the way up, right? And he didn't push with stim, he pushed pre-stim, got in position, and then stim was there for like the tail end of the fight, but he already did a lot of the work beforehand, which was important because he knocked the Robo down. The Immortal not getting out is one big chunky unit you then never have to work through as well, so that is actually kind of a big deal also. So there's a lot of reasons why this was a very good time for Gumiho to push. It was a fun time for him to push, because like I say, it was maybe not expected based on the fact we started stim on the way and everything else as well, right? Top left-hand corner, our blue Protoss player here from Streamer Zone is Nightmare, taking on the red Terran in the bottom right-hand side. We've got Gumiho, and when I say bottom right, I mean bottom left, because we're on Persephone, and I'm just being silly. So, yeah. We take a couple moments and set up and get ready to resume. See what kind of game we got in store for us here. Yeah, fun if Gumiho takes a game, like I said, was kind of worried Gumiho was kind of gone because he was just not playing anything, so I was a little bit concerned about that, but I mean, he's back and he's looking good while being back as well. Like, it does seem as though he's really stepped back into this game very comfortably, honestly. Exciting to see as we have the Nexus down factory before we expand again. No surprises at the moment in that regard. Having the Nexus coming through, the Assimilator coming up, and everything else coming online right now as well, as we just take a few moments. Continue to settle here right now. So yeah, just taking a few moments. It's going to be seeing the Reaper firing a few shots off, getting some damage done. Adept going to be there to try and help out as well. We'll take a little bit more time to get set up into this game. Gets there, and already our probe. We're going to take a few more shots of damage. A little bit more being done there. It's going to be a KO. Get that cleaned out for the moment. Reaper hanging on the high ground. Adept is coming through. Cloud cancel building. Reaper with the grenades. Again, popping for a little bit of time right now. Getting some damage done as the Adepts will combine to get rid of the Reaper. So the Reaper will indeed fall. Taking that out. Again, not a bad start in the slightest just for now. Adept shade down the bottom side. In that blink building, a couple of the warp gate coming up as well. We will see the Reapers and the Hellions gathering together for just a few moments here, so again, getting a lot of that ready to roll for the moment. Just getting set. Back in the couple of Marines. And really still waiting for some of this early pressure to start hitting. And trying to get some work done. in these early stages. Yeah, we're going to try and run in with the Reaper Hellion. Bops, or tries to bop the Stalker back with the grenade. Gets in for one probe. We're going to turn the other way. The Stalker's still coming about here. As you see, the Adepts are going to shade. The SCV's taking some more damage. Additional workers continue to go down. As we are going to see 3 workers, 4, not quite 4 workers going down. But still, 3 SCVs dead, and the Adepts are still in this main base. They're stuck in this main base. Going to get rid of 1 Adept now, but they can trade out for Marines, and honestly, trading out for Marines is better than nothing else, so going to get some damage there, as the Marines will force the shade, and hopefully clean up. We lose 1 more Marine at the end. The Widowmine drop now arriving. When I say Widowmine drop, it's 1 Widowmine, 2 Marines. It's not super threatening compared to the previous game. Obviously, still got to respect the Widowmine, but you see it coming as well, so it's going to be a much more scripted defense from Nightmare. I love the 1 Unburrow, Reburrow. That should probably be about it, realistically. Going to get the Stalker, but now he doesn't want the Stalker. Obviously, retarget as much as you can. Maybe do just take the Stalker in the end, Nightmare. I wasn't watching. Well, he actually blinked in the end because he was kind of watching. He was ready, but like not fully paying attention. So when it fired, didn't know it was just on the probe. It's 1 probe kill in the end. But hey, some good lost mining time. Like that did add up. Took a little while for that to actually fire, and all that time the probes are not mining in that main mineral line. So we make a lot out of the single Widow mine in the end, and the medevac survives to get across. And maybe a couple Hellions will slip into a main base, fire a medevac drop to be annoying. Like I say, it's not something that's guaranteed to do damage, but it's an opportunity. It's a possibility. In the near future still. Probe Bay, gateways coming online, the charge and observer building on up. And 4 Stalkers head down to the bottom left side here as the engineering bay comes through. Tank, Marine, Stim all coming up as well, so we just get that on the go for the moment. Ops still very much so coming over as well. The Stalkers moving by. Raven, Marines gathering in position. The Stalkers trying to deny the medevac, will not quite be able to. And the Stalkers jumping over. Refinery will be the one to take some damage, and Nightmare just finding a chance to chip at some of these workers. I was going to say that Raven's like sitting there, you know, overhead of a bunch of Stalkers. Like, be careful, right? It doesn't take a lot to knock that Raven down. Don't want to see the Raven just take a couple of volleys and then be dead, and it's like, oh, cool, I didn't do anything. Because the Raven's a big investment and does have a lot of potential as, you know, time moves by, so you do generally want to try and keep the Raven alive if you can. Colossus in the charge, all building up. The extended thermal lance coming online as well, so we get that going. Couple Stalkers gathered together. Medevac Marauder, Stim in the +1. We'll continue to build through. And we do have that Stalker still coming around from the top. The Widowmine going to relocate. Just try and reposition ourselves here for a couple of moments. As the Widowmine, yeah, trying to be annoying, but we know it's there. We can set it off with the Blink Stalker, and that will be a cleanup. Now the bio upgrades are finishing as the Raven finds an observer as it moves toward the other side of the map. It's going to be an order turret to get a kill. We do have the 2 medevacs there that want to try and do something, but now the Stalkers are moving to try and see if they can still catch the Raven, perhaps. Raven took a different direction, so Gumiho dodging. Nightmare's moving nicely so far. The observer and the natural will actually see this army beginning to step forward. There's a 3rd CC nearly done though, so I don't know if this is really like a push from Gumiho as much as it's just like a let's secure my 3rd base. He might push though. I mean, to be fair, like upgrades are finishing, but he will be up against like a Colossus. It's not going to be a completely free situation. Medevac and Chase, good boost away, good pull away. Defense from the units will be good to keep it alive. This is very nice. Vikings, Marauders on the way. The Stalkers still going after the Marauder there as well. Again, a couple of barracks still building through. And the siege tanks will settle up. Single Marine goes down. Tank's actually going to fire up big time already here. But those all getting blasted. I mean, honestly, position good from Gumiho, and just being sieged up is a nice start. Has a little drop top right side, denying the attempt of the 4th base here, which is good as well. You're keeping kind of Nightmare pinned back. You're slowing him down. And your own tech has taken the chance to come onto the field with Vikings in production. The Ghost Academy nearly done soon. Marauders will try and target down the low HP Stalkers that blinked away because they got 2 involved, and we actually do end up with 2 kills, probably 3 here because that Stalker slowed on the concussor shells, and the Marauder was still stimmed. That was honestly not a bad trade at all for Gumiho. A bunch of Stalkers actually going down is, I mean, it's just not meant to happen. It's unnecessary damage when you can micro them away. So, getting a bunch of Stalkers there on what should have been just nothing. Great, you love that, right? upgrades in favor of Gumiho right now with the +1 attack. And we'll just sit here, scan, sees the Colossus moving over. Don't mind, we'll burrow, we head up toward the top side. We just have the armor upgrade coming about. There's a little bit of Marine Marauder Viking coming through as well. The Zealot's starting to take some shots as we settle ourselves down here. Zealot's getting absolutely crushed, so we're going to base trade just right off the bat of this one. Gumiho pulls the SCVs away from the third sea. We'll have those running away. We'll have those on the map. That's big. I always talk about sometimes these base trades coming down to what you have available and if you can mine or not, for example. So seeing that as a possibility already is a big telltale sign of where this might go to. I kind of like the split that we're seeing as well. A lot of units just kind of split across multiple bases to deny the production quickly. And they do try and defend in the main base with whatever he can, knocking down some Zealots for free. Gumiho has better upgrades. He's got 1-1 to 0-0. Storm not done yet, but we actually pulled out of the main. I think he's, okay, he did target down the Temple Archive, so he gets rid of that. Currently just chasing down probes and chasing down bases. Nightmare has the money to build 2 Nexus if he gets probes away, which he should get some away. They're running down the right side currently. Army supplies even up a bit as Gumiho loses what was left in his main base. Oh, there's actually Archons here. I didn't realize there was Archons there. That's actually a good catch. That's really amazing. Knocking those down are big connections. And no, we turned the probes back into this. I think that's a horrible call because that's a lot of your probes out. Okay, we're getting probes out from the main, actually, or the natural. I don't know where they were, but they're out on the map at least. It's a big deal. Means we can re-expand. Gumiho, did he get a single orbital away? He has 1 orbital, but it's on the bottom side of the map still, so he's not going to be able to mine anytime soon. Unless he rebuilt a command center, which is a possibility as well. Yeah, I'll tell you what as well, there's a forge that's still upgrading. Okay, we depower that now. I was going to say, good. We shouldn't be letting upgrades come up that don't need to come up. Coming here with the 10 army supply lead and the upgrade advantage, and will just build a command center in his opponent's old main base. He's got the other CC floating to the bottom right. Even just some mules or something off of there for a few moments might be nice. Gumiho's just going to be that little bit ahead of the... Yo, Nightmare's building something, right? Okay. Whew. I mean, honestly, like, he was down to this gate in Cybercore. Like, he waited a long time to build anything. Like, obviously, maybe you're paying attention, but, like, man, like, he waited a long time to build anything. As Gumiho returns to his few siege tanks here and will kind of sit with them. The army of Nightmare is walking up. It's the Blink Stalkers, so he's obviously hoping to maybe get some free pickoffs with the ability, or with those Stalkers just in general, right? You know, their ability to blink creates a lot of efficiency for them, so you would hope they can maybe get some free value. Stalkers are gathering around the left-hand side. The Vikings hanging about, the Nexus and the Command Center coming through. We might as well burrow up, and there's going to be a nice little scan to nab us an observer, so we take that down also. CC in the bottom right, just, yeah, scanning, lifting. The observer probably not expecting there to be a scan available. With that orbital in the bottom right being there, that's a big deal. I like this as well. We're going to take this forward location. I think that's fine because you're going to be able to defend it with the tanks anyway, and it's got more minerals than the main, so it means you don't have to move out of the main. It means you never get contained in the main. It's a similar idea that Nightmare has putting this Nexus down over here, so the rebuild does begin. Stalker's just stepping into trouble. No reason to lose a Stalker there. Mistake from Nightmare. These Colossi have to carry hard. Tell you what though, the issue that's going to be here that's really true I think for Nightmare is that it's very, again, he's down on upgrades, but also I just think it's very difficult for him to really take a fight because you're going to be attacking into the tanks most likely. And if you're attacking into the tanks, it's going to really open the door for those tanks to play defense against the Colossus. Stalker should absolutely be trying to get rid of the Vikings right now. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter at all. It's a completely terrible fight for Nightmare. I don't know if it's just a terrible army for Nightmare with no upgrades as well. But, yeah, GG. It's Nightmare just... I was a little worried that Gumiho wasn't sieged. It did not matter. Wasn't even close to being a factor. GG's. Nightmare ends the day 1 and 2, so we'll be down in this one as we will get him out the party, get Hero into the party, and get ready for some more TVP action. So Gumiho starts the day with a 2-0, and we are going to get that ready to rumble as I will run the ads and get ready to go. Where's A last time? Perfect. I got it correct. It was a terrible blink. It left a few things to be desired, right? Alright guys, as we get some videos up, just going to take a couple minutes off camera here. I'll be right back with you with more StarCraft 2 on the other side of this. We'll be right back. Welcome back as we head to our second half of the matches, guys. Nightmares games are over. We have Gumiho Hero now, and then after this, Rex taking on Hero, Rex taking on Gumiho to round out the day. As we get ready to go into ley lines. Bottom left corner is going to be Hero, our blue Protoss player. As we get ready to roll out into our fourth series of the day. In the top right corner, our red Terran is Gumiho. Any ideas when the next big ESL tourney will change the 24/7 loop with a new group of games? Wait, what? I have no idea what that question means now. I just read this out and I was like, I actually don't know what you mean at all. Crazy. I've got no idea what you mean. Yeah. Alrighty. Couple refineries coming up, racks on the way, the gateway and the assimilator coming over. Just take a few moments here and settle down. Gumiho upset Hero. Hero was a little shaky in the first match of the day, dropped a map to Nightmare. Actually kind of got outplayed in the first map, but then really brought it back games 2 and 3. So, let's see what happens as the Protoss sets up. You're definitely as a favorite against our Terran player. Gumiho's been a little bit absent lately. We don't really know how practiced he is. He's not played in a lot of events. Obviously, he shows up today and he's looked good. He looked good in the qualifier, honestly, from the couple of games we saw. Like, he's looking good, we just don't know how good he is where we're at currently. Do you just mean that there's the ESL channel is replaying like the same rebroadcast like all the time? Was that the question? If so, then I don't think anything's going to stream on that ESL channel ever again. Because I'd imagine if ESL runs something at this point, it would probably be tied in with EWC or something. I mean, maybe never say never, right? But, like, probably not anytime soon, realistically. As our Stalker takes the chance to step up against the Reaper. A little bit of back and forth here. Guys, as we get this series started off, we just have a moment or two of relative calm. I just want to take a moment to say, hey, you know, if you're enjoying the stream, if you're enjoying the content, do consider supporting the channel. Obviously, this is a WardiTV event, WardiTV October, believe it or not, it's in the name. These tournaments are powered by you guys. You guys supporting the stream is what allows us to put up the prize pool for this event, so if you enjoy what you're seeing today, if you're enjoying the games from Group A, consider supporting the channel. You can subscribe to the channel. Obviously, there's some options on YouTube to support monetarily as well. Don't forget your free options, liking, subscribing, following, and Prime subscribing, for example, as well. Help us out a whole bunch. I said as nothing happens in this early game. Meanwhile, two Stalkers running in just win the game. Hero, buddy, I'm trying to make money so you can win it. Like, you gotta take a moment and let me sell out instead of just killing him. This shouldn't have ended the game, but the Widowmine didn't shoot, and that's obviously disappointing, and then everything else falls apart, and that is just a disaster. GG's. Okay. And if you're loving the games so much to see more action just like that, you can also check out the Patreon page at patreon.com/WardiTV, where 100% of any support on the Patreon page goes directly into tournament prize pools. Thank you so much for the $2, Black Bear. Appreciate it. But yes, check out that Patreon page, patreon.com/WardiTV. Like I say, we're 100% goes into prize pools, and we are still trying to push towards, I don't know if it's really possible. Yeah, I think so. We're pushing towards the $1,000 a month mark on Patreon, which is amazing. It gives us so much consistency for what we can do and what we can run. It gives us a really good baseline for prize money to set up for these tournaments. It just means we can constantly just bam, StarCraft 2 for you guys. So, yeah, TLDR support. We'll run more StarCraft tournaments, more prize money, and keep on supporting the StarCraft 2. Got players are ready to jump onto White Rabbit for Game 2 after a very demoralizing Game 1 for Gumiho. Dude's having a pretty good day until pretty much just that moment, so a little unfortunate. Get ready to resume. Alright, let's jump into this, guys. So we kick this off. Boo Boo Kitty Foo. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate you. And thank you so much, all 1426 on the 30-month resub. Resubscribing to see Hero accidentally win even more epic games. Well, hope so. What do I expect from Hero? I mean, like, dude can go and win, like, all good, but just a funny one. As you see, Proby Corona boosting a little bit in the early stages. So, Corona boosting away right there. Going to be seeing our simulator coming about. Barracks coming through. And yeah, we get settled for a little bit of time right now. So we got this going, gate and the gas coming up as well. Get settled into play and see where we are going to take things in the next few moments. The barracks coming about, refinery coming over. Like I said, didn't expect much to happen in that last game. The Stalkers really just walk across the map, catch some units, and the Widowmine needs to get a kill on the Stalker, deny the Stalker's entry. Gumiho might be able to clean it up and push it back, but he's going to be horribly behind. So it makes sense that, like, I don't blame him for just leaving in that scenario, right? Like, it's game one. It's going to be a horrible position. You're playing against Hero where you're already the underdog. You can't afford something that disastrous to happen so quickly in the game, so... Gonna see the Marine to try and get the probe. Only problem is you've got to run around the command center, and the probe is going to make that Marine work for it. Probe tries to make the exit. I think he's got it. I think he's away. Yeah, wow, got the edge. The Marine moved too far at one point, and that probe gets the out down that right side. So he gets out of there. He is able to make an escape. And we do have concussive shells as the opening from Gumiho, so would like to typically step onto the map. Oh no, the probe coming back in. Takes a few more shots, but is still alive and getting away for the moment. Probe comes over, concussive shells coming up. And let's just have the factory coming through as well, as we get that all underway. Stalker, warp gate, a couple of probes still coming by. The Adept heading down into the center for the moment. Get set up. Oh, two more factories. We're going to see the mech really setting up from Gumiho. Wow. It's very fun. Going to open with the Dark Shrine as well from Hero. Okay, so this is going to be a really interesting game where he's going to open with the DTs. Obviously, they could do a lot, but if they don't, it's going to really give the mech a chance to get set up. And that would be kind of huge too. Big probe pull. We lose one worker. Marine and Marauder goes down, and we will begin to move onto the map here as Hero with everything else. As the, again, Dark Shrine about halfway done. Gateway about halfway done. Couple of probies still coming up. Warp gate finishing shortly. And the Stalker still heading to the top side for the moment. Cyclone will be building as the Marauder steps through. Just going to have ourselves the Stalkers and the Adept together there. Just going to push across. Okay, I mean, GG. Cool. We'll just, you know what? This was not meant to be a series. Apparently, Gumiho isn't into it. We'll get into some Zerg games. Let's get into some Rex versus Hero action. So we're gonna get Rex Hero coming up, and then we'll get Gumiho Hero coming up just after. So we'll get that underway. Gumiho have something else you need to get to? I'm not sure, to be honest. I think actually he probably was a bit like game 1 was a disaster, and game 2 isn't super aware of the map either, so yeah. We will get going with a video here for Rex versus Hero, guys, and this will be Series 5 of the day. So our Series 4 was really just a washover, unfortunately not what we were wanting to see. But sometimes it happens. You know what it is as well? I was like, man, today's actually turned out to be one of those decent 6 best of 3 days where it's like, it's going to be more than 3 hours long. And then, bam, Series 4 is just like, no, bam, cut it off. Not happening. Not happening at all. Stephanie, 10,000 feet, Tokamak Torches. Speed videos coming in right now. Okay, Citadel. One more video maybe. Pylon. And my pick will be either Ley Lines, White Rabbit, or Ruby Rock, I think. Ruby Rock will be map 2, and I think Ley Lines map 3. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Different maps. I haven't seen Ruby Rock today, for example. Right, wrap it a little bit and get into this and get ready to go into this EVP, guys. Have I sold out at all today? Yeah, during the first game of Gumiho Hero, I was selling out before Hero rudely interrupted me while running the game. It has, in fact, already been a sellout opportunity. Rudely interrupted, like I say, like Hero. Unbelievable. Getting in the way of his own money. Like, how are we going to fund WardiTV November, Hero, if you win before we can tell people to give us money? Like, it's just crazy, you know? Crazy business. Alright, let's go. In the bottom, left-hand corner. We're going to start things off with the Red Protoss as he goes into his third match of the day, looking to go 3-0 and guarantee first place and into the playoffs. It's going to be Hero. While in the top right-hand side, the blue Zerg gets Rex, and he's up one. He's down 0-1 in the day. We'll see what he can do. I mean, right now, if Hero wins this, it would probably be Rex Gumiho to decide if Gumiho is second place or if Rex can kind of force a three-way tiebreaker. So we will see. As we head on into Rex Hero game number 1. Let's get this going. Hatchgasm Pool all on the way through the gateway coming about. The Proby on the way in. Take a few moments here early on White Rabbit, as Rex obviously going to be an underdog in this one. Hero definitely our favorite. I actually thought with him being down a game against Nightmare in the opening match of the day, it might have been the kind of the point where this group could already flip a bit, because you lose Nightmare in the PvP, and then this group really opens up wide. But now definitely feels like Hero's on track for a first place finish, but we will see. Is this a double elimination bracket? This is round robin, so everybody plays everybody. So we do Rex versus Hero, then Rex versus Gumiho, then all 4 players will have played each other. And there's just standings in the group, the top 2 advance into the playoffs, which will be single elimination on Halloween. Moving over to the sides, a few Lings, Queens, Ling speed building up. The Adept coming through on the gateway as well. We get that underway. So we get that settled on down for the moment. Probably moving about. Just going to see the Stargate coming through. We get settled into place right here. Just going to see how Link's be building. Phoenix on the way. Gonna see how Queen's the drone coming about. Just gonna see the Phoenix actually gonna be able to get the Overlord in the corners. Just gonna go straight on that as well. We've seen the couple of spores coming up, the drones, the Lings, and the Queen coming through as well. Scan that coming by just for the moment. Get settled in. Just for the moment. So again, we get settled down. We'll take some moments here. Set up. Going to be having the Phoenix and the Oracle still moving around for a couple of moments, seeing what we can do for a couple of minutes. We're just going to have our Rotron coming up. It's going to be the second Stargate, and the Fleet Beacon from Hero is going to do something a little bit fun right here. So let's see the depth coming about, the Phoenix coming through. We've seen our devs coming around, cleaning up a couple lings. Like I said, the Spire's got to be on the way because the double Stargate is active, and we got ourselves carriers on the way through. So carriers on the way. That's going to be the choice here from Hero off that double Stargate, Fleet Peak, and a couple Queens trying to get in after the Oracle. And we try and get going. Let's see, a couple Queens going to be there. The Phoenix gets turned. A couple Creep Jimmers will go down into the center of the map. Again, the Spire halfway. Hatch, drones, Overlord building through. Gates going over. The Oracle with the Revelation will get rid of some creep spread right now. And those couple Queens is going to be there to push the Oracle back the other direction for the moment. So again, we chase that away. Couple carriers coming through. Spire building up. Queens, Overlords all building. The fourth hatchery already down from Rex as well, as the Oracle will activate for a couple more Creep Jimmers. So cleaning out that creep, keeping that busy. As we do try and get on the map with some ground units. Obviously put some pressure on while your opponent is focused on carriers on the other side. Could be a play. The Queens gather up with the Spore to try and play defense against these Interceptors right now. We get that going. Flux Veins on the way through. Charge. Attacking air weapons all building up. The Void Ray carrier production coming through. The Temple Archives is a big part of what's coming online as well right now. Then gonna hit the front door, and like I say, there's not a lot here until those two carriers spawn. It's gonna turn you around. Yeah, it's a little sad. I felt like there was some potential there for Rex, but he's keeping things busy. Did he just kill a carrier on the other side? Oh, it's just there's only one in the middle of the map. So, oh, that's the Oracle? Never mind. I'm just misreading what's where on the mini map. So yeah, he's gonna take the chance to drone. Corruptor's coming out, and you can see Hero. His follow up to this is to start setting up the ground army. So now Rex has to go from the Corruptors into the ground force instead, and that's going to be it's kind of like a backward game. Usually you play the ground army, then you build the air army, and in this game you build the air army, then the ground army. It's like I say, it's a bit different. As you just see, the +2 air weapons coming through, the charge coming up. And roach speed, +1 missiles, +1 flyer attack. Just continue to come on in as you just have the carriers joining together. So yeah, roach coming through, roach speed coming about. Just gonna be seeing the dev's gonna take a shade for the moment. Our charge is about to finish as well. That Baneling Nest is coming through on the side of Rex, so just going to bring that in. Lings, Ravages, all building, +1 missiles and +1 flyer attack. Coming by as well. As you see, the Zealots are going to come around that right side. Roach, Ling Queen joins together for a few moments here, as we do see the Zealots going to get turned away. Void Ray and the carrier coming through. In fact, a couple of Void Rays coming online right now. Concepts will fight. A couple of the drones going down, some damage being done. The Depth's just going to get back over to the other side. Just going to get rid of a few of the drones here. 8 workers going down. The roaches show up. A couple of Adepts take damage right away. Carriers gather. Just going to be seeing the extra warpins coming through. Zealot High Templar building by. So I see the Queen's going to be there. Phoenix going to take some shots. Again, Bane speed coming through. Again, the melee upgrades all building by the Hive on the way through. The army going to start stepping forward. Some Lings there. This looks like a very powerful Protoss army. The Bane's going to crash into the Zealots. Obviously frees up the front lines. Go step back away from those Vials as well. Continue to step through. Just going to see the Void Rays activating, going after the Corruptors. And for a little bit extra, still the Archons pushing forward. Zealots joining in together as well. Again, Carriers +2, +1 armor. Continue to come about for the moment here. So a lot of that coming by as the Interceptors continue to get to work. We just knocked down a base, and then Hero's kind of happy to back off and go elsewhere. More Ravagers and Festus on the way from Rex. So his army getting better as we continue to settle for the next few moments still. So it's around that right side. We are going to make our way up. The army already up the top from Hero. Trying to move through as well. A couple of Crows of Vials trying to come in. Carriers will turn, and Interceptor... sorry, the Recall will come down, and one Carrier gets biled down. The Zealots on the right side are doing work, though. Rex will go down to being a 4-base Zerg, but if he can rebuild off the back of this, don't hate his position. I mean, he's held off this Protoss army once already now. I mean, like I say, not great to be a 4-base Zerg, as you want to be a 5-base Zerg or so, but it could have been a whole lot worse than what we've, than what it is at the moment. So, like I say, can't hate on it too much just yet as our army retreats, resets, and we get ready to go for more here in the next few moments. Carrier's going to move up. A couple of probes going down. Army still setting into the center for the moment. Army coming around the left. Just have Delta already jumped onto the hatchery, so Hatch taking some damage. The Great Spire finishing soon. Lings coming up. The Hatch coming about. Burrow is now halfway done as well as the army. We'll try and step forward once again. Good fungal. Corrosive Vials comboing. A few of those Vials going a bit deeper. I mean, High Templar walking back into this fight right now. Morphing into an Archon finally. As the Vials have to do some work here for Rex. And they are doing some work, to be fair. But just missing kind of, I guess, damage output really against those Carriers. Vials still doing their thing. Well, we're morphing Broodlords. We don't actually need Broodlords right now. We need Corruptors. These Corruptors showed up at the very start. They could have had a bunch of Carriers while the Archons were not free to just fly, run underneath and kill them. That's actually, honestly, interesting fight. I actually felt like this was okay. I actually genuinely felt like this was okay for Rex to some extent, but the Corruptors morphing into Broods here, and that was not the play, because we needed to get rid of the air army, and the Carriers were just sat there being completely untouched. That's obviously not going to get the job done, right? GG's. Game 2 going to be on Ruby Rock. 3k, 2k bank GG. I mean, you can have all the bank in your world. If you lose the fight on top of your bases, that convincingly, it doesn't matter, right? Like, you just, like, what, you're going to rebuild and then everything dies as you rebuild it because the Protoss army is right there. It's different if you, like, clean out a bunch of the Protoss army too and they actually have to back away and, change how this is going, but that's just not how that played. You're down 100 supply to the 150. Rebuilding does nothing for you. Rex holding on and getting himself in some reasonable games, but I thought it was going to be I mean, honestly, Rex playing better than I thought he was going to play, to be honest, so I like it. As we get ready to go into Ruby Rock. Players are ready. Let's kick this off and get this going. Counting down into Ruby Rock we go. Let's get this underway. In the top left side, our blue Zerg is going to be Rex. He's down a map to Hero in the bottom right, our red Protoss. Game 2 of the BO3. Get this up and rolling. Well, let's see what our game number 2 has in store for us. It was a pretty fun game one with the double Stargate. So we see our hatch pool coming about. Just gonna see our hatch coming around. Just gonna get our overlord coming about here initially. The depth coming through. Queens and the Lings, drones coming about. Again, the Nexus coming about for the moment. That's right, gonna go straight down. We've seen the Lings coming about, hatch coming through. And Lings be coming about, the Lings and the drones coming over, hatch coming through as we get settled. Stargate is a building, the Adept is going to go running through as well initially. I see the couple of Adepts going to shade toward that natural. A couple of Lings moving around, the Lings be coming up. It's a Phoenix again early from Hero, wondering what that may mean for him overall. Look at the Overlord. He's obviously just trying to scout through. He sees the Oracle on the way, so Rex does get some info from that Overlord going down. 3 more gates from Hero. Going to power up the unit count and maybe just a big Adept count alongside the Adepts and Phoenix against the big Adept count alongside the Oracle and Phoenix here to get things underway as we get this started out. Gonna see the Phoenix gonna hit, the Overlord taking some damage. Twilight Council gates and the probes coming through. Just gonna see our Zerglings coming around that right side once more, just gonna get joined up. And the Adept gonna be there, just doing some damage to the Lings for the moment. The Adepts will up the Lings, and Glaves is on the way, so yeah, we're just going to get very aggressive on the Adepts on the follow-up here. I don't hate it, you know, I don't hate it. It's one of those things where if you feel like you're the stronger player, these Adepts and Glaves can be a nice, quick, easy way to kind of succeed. Oracle, drop the Stasis Ward down. Oracle just going to activate. We do see the Adepts coming over. Resonant Enclaves coming through. I'm just going to see that Blink coming up as we're going to commit in. Just going to be seeing the Lings going down. Just going to get the drone. Trying to be an Eva chamber right there. Just going to be having the Adepts get into the main base. 10 roaches on the way, but they need to be in position. And the problem is right now in the production tab. Steps moved by 8 drones already going down. We're just going to see the +1 and the Blink coming over. The few probes coming over. And 13 drones is going down. The +1 and the Blink coming up. The probes coming through. Dead drones is obviously pretty darn brutal. Now, there's a lot of army from Rex. He's building drones. I almost would prefer him to just spam a few more units and just send it, because I feel like that's his only chance of losing that amount of workers. This one in Blink is going to be coming through. Probes, gates coming about. A couple of batteries coming in as well. Nick's still hitting Overlord for a little bit of time. Overlord will go down. This one, the Blink just going to come through. The Phoenix will continue to nibble. I mean, Rex is setting up to attack, so he built some drones up, and now he's just going to Roach Ravager Queen it. Let's see if it can be enough. He's got a lot of army supply compared to Hero, but Hero does have some stack defense. We're going to see the Guardian Shield pop in. Corrosive Vials directly onto the cannon initially, but nothing just yet as the battery does some healing. Say cannon will help out with some of that Roach Ravager. Still just shoving up. Ling's getting forward. Roach Ravager getting onto the probes. We got some extra Stalkers warping in. Ling's still producing. I mean, Hero already is reducing the numbers that he's playing against very nicely. That cannon has not gone down. Oh, big Blink away from those vials, which is good because we don't want to take those. Stalker's going to flag. Point going to get lifted, which has some energy on it. Now that transfusion that can come down anyway. There's no creep spread. And it looks as though Hero is going to have the defense needed. And that's going to be GG. That will be Hero with the 2-0, which is kind of what we expected to happen. And now it comes down to one final matchup, which is going to be Rex versus Gumiho. We'll be kicking this off in a couple of mementos. Get this ready to roll. Alright, we'll get this started up, guys, and get ready to go. And just a couple of moments. Alrighty, let's get Gumiho in here and we'll get this sorted out. Waiting for Gumiho. Good to go. Did I like K-pop Demon Hunters? Haven't seen it yet, but I know all the songs because Helen keeps singing them all. So, yeah, love it. Love it. Why not? Alright, throw some ads on. Because I've got to do some videos, may as well make the money. Not rolling in it at the end of a stream. Was it really worth streaming? Great question. as the video's coming through. We'll get into this in just a second, guys. ZVT to round the day out. It's going to be our last series. So what does this mean in terms of the group? Apparently Nightmare's eliminated. Because of his map score and head-to-head, he can't advance anyway. If Rex beats Gumiho, though, he will have a better map score. I think Rex has to 2-0, because if Rex doesn't 2-0, it'd be -2 versus -2 versus -1. So I think Rex has to 2-0 if he wants to advance. There is a difference in 3rd and 4th place for prize money. 3rd place gets prize money, 4th place does not, so even just winning this 1-2 would give Rex a chance for that to matter, though. So yeah, even if he gets a 1-2 win, he still lost head-to-head against Nightmare, so I don't know if it really matters that much. I think Rex has to 2-0 or it doesn't matter at all. But we will see. Alright, just waiting for a couple moments, guys. Get ready to go. Alright, talking about going to be map 1. Let's get this started up. Alrighty, let's party onwards. Everyone should be joining us, and we can go into our last match of the day, guys. WardiTV October Group A, wrapping up with this best of 3 in just a few moments. I feel like we had one more caster before. There they are, joining the lobby now. Ready up, says Rex, waiting for Gumiho to say he's ready, and we can ping pong into this. Alright, let's kick this off. Let's get this going. Tokamak to start us in this best of 3, guys. Can Gumiho win and guarantee 2nd place, or will Rex somehow ruin the day? Gumiho at the end of what's been a solid day against Nightmare. It was obviously not so solid when you look at the games against when you look at some of the games against Hero. See what happens. Do I earn more from showing Twitch ads or from Twitch subs? In the last month, for example, 65 to 70% of my income is from ads, and that's just ads. That doesn't even count Turbo, actually. So probably more is just from ads compared to everything else I earn on Twitch in the Twitch revenue box. Like, donations don't go towards that if you donate directly, because that doesn't get counted on the Twitch dashboard, but like everything that comes through on the Twitch dashboard is like 30 to 35%, and ads is like 65%. It's pretty monumental. It's a little bit, like I was talking about this earlier already, but it's a bit different on my stream than a lot of other streams because we have a lot of viewership and we don't have a lot of support comparative to the viewership that we have. There's a lot of streamers that average a lot lower viewership than us that have much higher subscriber counts and so. That's okay because we make up for it with the ads basically, so that's why it's such a high percentage for us. Mention the gas coming through. And get settled in as the pool comes down as well. Rack's coming about. And we just get this underway. So we get that started up. We get rolling here. And yeah, just going to be getting this all coming through for a few moments. So I live above my means by streaming. What do you mean? I make enough to... What's above my means? Like, I make enough to live? Yeah, I'm full-time StarCraft. Yeah, this is all I do. I live a pretty good life. StarCraft has its ups and downs, but that's definitely been a very fortunate experience for me overall. Reaper coming across, heading to that upper right side, trying to see a bit of what's going on here early. Living above your means would mean like spending more than you make. Oh, so do I? Well, no, I don't spend more than I make. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to, like I successfully stream full time. So no. No, I don't have some secret source of income that's just covering the streaming career, you know. If I had that, I wouldn't need to, you know, sell out to you guys so much or spam the ads so much, you know. We'd probably run some better tournaments and stuff. Yeah, no, I pay for my life. A bit of Reaper poking around here early as we get settled in the Terran versus Zerg for a few moments. Hey, Flat Jesse too. What's up? Thank you so much for the 2-month resub on the Prime. And you see the Reaper trying to get in there toward the Queen for a moment or two. Trying to get some work done as the Starport and Command Center building about. The Hellions on the way in. A Link Speed is still building. And a few bits and pieces coming up at the moment. And thank you for the Prime sub. 2 months, awesome. Again, Prime subbing, guys, one of the best ways you can support the stream, because you click a button, and boom, we get money out of it. It's great. Do you have a super yacht? No, I only have a normal yacht. I do have 3, though, so soon I'm hoping I can just shove them together and make a super yacht. Like, if we sail them all at the same time, it's kind of like a super yacht, you know? You just have to jump from one to the other is all. Creeping a couple of Hellions, gonna go over. And it's just gonna see the Queens are gonna be there. Hellion, Viking, Cloaking, all coming up. Once it gets settled down. It's gonna be seeing the Hellions and the Reaper diving through. Actually, a chance to maybe get some damage done here. Lings need to pull their weight on this defense, otherwise this can get very scary very quickly. Defense in the air. I mean, we minimize drone losses, which is what you need to do. It's a lot of lost mining time still, but hey, it's better than losing the drones. So, reasonable defense in the end by Rex as Gumiho felt like he had enough reason to get in there. Fight going to be happening in the end. Viking going to go after some overlords though, and that's going to be Rex supply blocked. And he's got 5 overlords on the way. And Gumiho going to add factories and look to play mech in the next stage of this. Wow. Boy, keep up to date on WardiTV so you can help when it starts to get going. I promise you, if we do the offline event, you will hear about it non-stop. Like, fear not. It's going to be non-stop. Gonna see a few drones going down. It's gonna see the Hellions going after. We do see the Banshee actually gonna get in for some more drones as well. So the second wave is pretty nice. What's interesting is because you're playing mech, right, you actually have a bit more kind of throwaway potential with the Hellions because you're gonna replace the Hellions too. Gonna see that Queen gonna fly at the Banshee, push it back the other way. Roach or coming up as well. And get that underways for the moment here in these early stages. What's up, Dan the Man? Thank you so much for the 2-month resub on the Prime as well. Much love to you as well, mate. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for priming us up. Appreciate you. Double Thor on the way through. Yeah, I'm just going to be seeing the Double Thor on the way through. I mean, this was an old school kind of Gumiho thing where he would play like the Double Thor very quickly and kind of go with that. Let's just see the Spire coming up. And Roach speed coming through for a couple of moments. More factories as the blue flame comes online. But now Rex is taking damage where I feel like it is going to start getting a little bit more difficult for him overall. So maybe a little bit tougher here. And the Infernal coming about. Cyclones coming through. +1 vehicle weapons. Just going to see the Hellion for Medevac. Still going a little bit booster forward. Thor's moving to attacking mode. Factories are going to settle down as well as this army sets up on that right side base. A couple of Thor's going to get active, whacking away at the Queens for a little bit of time here. So Queen's taking some damage. It's going to be a tough defense, honestly. Like, you've got a lot of roaches on the way, and you'll probably push it back. But the reality is the Thors will never die because they're going to jump into the Medevacs. And then, you know, it's a case of you just lost your 4th base, so the longevity for you in this game is decreasing rapidly. Thors into the main, going to get an Overlord and maybe grab some other units as they show up as well. It's just problem after problem for Rex right now. Hey Mustak, what's up? Thank you for the 12-month resub, the 1 year on the Prime. Appreciate it. Feel like I'm cheating. I got Prime for 1 week for $1 to order one thing. Happy for you to profit from it. Damn. There we go. Love it. All right. Thank you so much for the Prime sub, and congrats on the cheap Prime sub as well. Amazing. Couple of Medevacs hanging. We do see the Siege Tanks and Hellions coming through. Armory and the Command Center still building in. Missile turret on the way. Roach Ling producing on the side of Rex. And those couple of Overlords still coming up as well, as we do have the Viking firing up at the missile turrets. And the beam meters are an interesting kind of addition at this point. I don't think it's really going to save Rex. That's what's up, man. Thank you for the 2-year resub on the Prime for the 4th yacht. Hell yeah. Little do you guys know, yachts are actually just StarCraft 2 tournaments. Just in disguise. You guys just don't realize it yet. It's the slang, you know. Alright, we're good to resume. Some missiles coming up, Overlords and the Roaches coming through. It's going to be seeing the Armory Thor. Cyclone Liberator coming about, the Roach is going to continue through. It's going to be seeing the Hellbats coming in there, the Thors are going to shoot. Cyclones and the Siege Tanks continuing by, and we are just going to be seeing our Roaches are going to get jumped on. The Roach is going down, the other Roach is coming about for a little bit of time. Roach Ravager coming up, +1 missiles coming through. That's all lovely, but Gumiho is a maxed mech player almost, and once again, as Rex unfortunately do not have a 4th base. I'm just going to be seeing the Ravager coming about for the moment. STV is going to pull in, Cyclone going to shoot. Just going to see this army continue to fight on in. Looking good to chase our way forward. And see a few more Roaches still getting kind of grabbed and KO'd for the moment. Realistically, this game is kind of ending with this Thor tank Cyclone push that continues up to this upper side. And Thor's just whacking, Roach Ravager. Lib's going to siege up to the sides, a couple tanks will go down. Going to be seeing GG getting called, and that is going to be Gumiho taking the opening game as we kind of expected for a little bit there. Mine 4th apparently is Black Bear. Thank you for the Prime sub as well. Look at you jumping on Twitch and pressing the button. Incredible. Alright, game 2 coming up on Persephone, as so far it does feel as though this might be a tough series for Rex, but we'll see if we can bounce back. Obviously, it starts off badly in that last game. It can very easily just not go badly early, and then maybe you have a much better time, so we will see. Alrighty, just waiting for the players to ready up, and we are good for game 2. Kick away into this one, guys. Ready, ready. Let's do it. Let's count it down. Alright, let's jump in. Let's see if Rex can have a better early game. As we have in the bottom left-hand side, a blue Zerg. Down the map, but looking to fight back. It is Rex. Taking on Gumiho, our red Terran in the upper left-hand side. It is going to be Gumiho. Let's see the Rex gas coming through. We get ourselves a couple drones going about. The hatch coming in. Let's just get settled down. A couple of barracks on the way. So it's going to be multi-Rex Reapers. So pressure from the very start here. This time from Gumi. As he gets set up to go. A couple of racks coming through. The hatch and the gas coming in. Gets settled for a few moments here. The green screen fell, we'd see the Bahamas, yeah. But you know what was really annoying is when I invited people over for the wedding and they came over to the house and I was like, I actually had to set up this room in this house in like some shitty neighborhood to pretend, you know, we're not making all this money and make it look exactly like it does on the street. It was so annoying. Keeping up appearances is tough, you know. Ay. STV going to bounce. Going to see a couple queens ling. The Overlord coming through. We'll see what these Reapers can do shortly as they get ready to go. Said lovely beach in England. What? Oh. What? Oh, you're talking about someone else. The beaches in actually the beaches near us are really nice. Yeah, the beaches near me are genuinely very nice beaches. Like, really nice sand. I mean, the problem is the people. You know, you have to put up with the fact you're in the northeast of England. So there's English people about. And, you know, the weather's not great, but, you know, in England we go to the beach at like 5 degrees, you know. That's beach weather here, so. Are they sandy? Yeah, they're super nice sandy beaches. Like it's actually like honestly, my level of expectation for beaches is set so high from living here. It's crazy. I travel places and we go to like a beach and it's like I'm like, what's good about this? And people are like, isn't it great? I'm like, bro, this is like, you should come to Sunderland. This place, this is nothing in comparison. It's funny. The Reapers gathering together, Lings and the Queens coming up, the Command Center and Orbital coming through, add on some engineering bays. We get a lot of that started as the stim pack will build on the side of Gumiho as well, so we get that up and rolling. Marie's gonna go in after the Overlord. Reaper's Helper pulling back over there. 1-1 upgrades and Stimpak coming through. We just get ourselves the Marines coming online. Obviously the factory coming up, but it is with Stims. So we are looking at a bio play this time around. The Reapers did nothing really in the end. We lost one, and that's about it so far. Gonna drop a reactor down. Starport coming down as well. One upgrade, Stimpak coming through. That Starport still coming about. Just going to be seeing our Carapace coming over. And the few Lings and the Lair coming up as well. Queen still on the way through. As the Marines and the Reapers heading over to the left-hand side. Overlord just going to be hanging about for a couple of moments. Still got 1-1, still got the barracks coming online, the armory halfway done. Bailing that's going to be coming through soon. Things going to hang about, and we wait to see what happens next. See if Rex can kind of hold on against this first little bit of bio push. That's going to be our first tell as to whether this is going to be a game or not, right? Bane's not done yet. Carapace upgrade not done yet. So I'm actually a little afraid. The Ling counterattack is a neat idea, but there's Marines and SCVs defending. Just going to see the Reapers and the Marines showing up. Just going to be some of the creep tumors going down. Oh, grenade or two there. Reapers definitely helping the trade out for a moment or two. A lot of the Lings going down. Yeah, that's rough. 1-1 upgrade. Just everything is here and ready for the Terran. And Rex is not ready for this, right? Like, Banes have just finished. Bane speed's not even a thing. The Banes are across the map even. No! That's not what we need. The Banes connecting on the SCVs ain't going to do it. 4 workers going down, as we are going to see the Marines going in after the Overlords. Overlords just keep dropping. I mean, Rex is supply blocked, and realistically, Gumiho has this game. 2-0. He's going to get second place in this group. Nice and easy. Nice and cozy. Just like that. Couple Banes coming about. Loading up right there. Tanking a siege. The Banes still running over. Marines going down. That's going to be game. Gumiho takes the series 2-0 in the best of 3. Yeah, Rex, kind of sad. Rex's best series was at the start of the day, right? Like, his best series came against Nightmare. That game he won, he actually played pretty good against Nightmare. I mean, Hero and Gumiho, maybe different beats, but I actually thought Nightmare was pretty darn good coming into this as well. Hero and Gumiho will advance out of Group A of the WardiTV October event, guys. Like I said, not going to be a long one today, but we're back tomorrow with Group B, and Group B tomorrow will be accompanied by some OSC mid-season playoff action, so we'll have a double whammy of content for you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we start off with all 3 of Spirit's matches versus Cure, Rogue, and Christiana. And then we have Christiana, Cure, Rogue, Christiana to finish things off. So that's Group B of the tournament tomorrow. And that's what we will resume with in about 21 hours time. I'm going to go take an can't talk. I'm going to go take an early night off, guys. It's been a hot second since I finished on a 3-hour stream. So I'm gonna go and chill. I appreciate you all for tuning in. I appreciate you all for watching. It's been awesome. It's been fun. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time for more StarCraft 2, aka tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing up if you did. We're at 635 subs, guys. The road to 700 is real. I'm gonna keep pushing that next time. We are back on track. WardiTV October in full swing, and it continues tomorrow. See you there.